Hey, it's Ben from Death Battle, and you should subscribe to Raccoon Bro VA.
Trash bin talk. Hello, everybody. My name is Raccoon Bro VA. Welcome back to another episode of Trash Picks Talk. But it's been a while since we've done a Mortal Kombat episode, hasn't it?
Okay.
Ooh,
Versus
okay.
Jensen.
I'm interested.
Okay, so this is me right here. I
Hello?
suggested Kanan Jarrus of Star Wars fame versus Kenshi Takahashi of Mortal Kombat fame. So I think just based on the thumbnail, you can already kind of get ascertain like what the deal is between these two characters.
VR.
Yeah, I kinda in a sense.
Okay.
But these are two blind swordsmen who, well, actually, I guess that before I get into it, we should probably give a little background for these two because, there's a lot to these two, and keep in mind, Kenshi has like 4 different versions across Mortal Kombat's entire history.
Yeah.
So I'll just stick to,
Oh, yeah.
I'll stick to a, more so the original version of Kenshi, like from the 3D era. But first, Kanan Jarrus, otherwise known as Caleb Dune, was a Jedi Padawan during the Republic days, fighting in the Clone Wars until the inevitable Order of 66. Order 66. Order 6.
As we all know,
Order
Order
60
67 is the one where all the Ewoks do a dance party.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. Order 66, which was the order laid out by Emperor Palpatine to exterminate the entire Jedi Order, and which included Caleb Dune's master, but thankfully he was able to escape the planet that he was on, that his master was killed. And we cut to 15 years later when Caleb Dune, now under the alias of Kanan Jarrus, has now joined forces with other rebels as part of I think it's called Ghost Squadron in Star Wars Rebels, alongside Mandalorian Runaway, oh god, why am I forgetting her names?
Sabine Wren.
Yeah, Sabine Wren. Mandalorian Runaway, Sabine Wren. I forget what his species name was, but Zeb, which is like all you need to know is Zeb is voiced by Steve Bloom, so that automatically makes him cool.
Based.
And his girlfriend, Hera.
Ooh, you got a girlfriend.
Yeah, I thought Jedi weren't allowed to have boyfriends.
Ooh, girlfriend.
Quarrels.
Coral.
You'll get
yeah,
hit by a freeze ray.
It wasn't until during that period of being like in that small team. Oh, and also they have a little astromech droid, Chopper. He's a little shit, but he's kind of goated because of it.
War criminal.
Literal.
He's a freaking psycho.
Anyway, it wasn't until they did an operation on the Outer Rim planet known as Lothal, where Ghost Squadron came across a young boy who seemingly had far more potential as a Jedi than I think even Kanan recognized, Ezra Bridger. And upon realizing Ezra's attunement with the Force, Kanan decided to take it upon himself to train Ezra in the ways of the Force and become a Jedi, even though, technically speaking, Kanan never finished his Jedi training. So it made for an interesting dynamic to see Kanan actually reconnect with his old Jedi ways, since he had long forgotten them since. Which it had a nice moment where he went to a Jedi temple and was met by Yoda, in spirit, and he's like, "Don't worry, young Kanan, you can still be a Jedi."
Rest in peace, Tom Kane.
You could still be.
Yeah, rest in peace, Tom Kane. Well, actually,
rest in
Tom
peace.
Kane didn't voice Yoda in Star Wars Rebels. That was the original voice actor, Frank Oz.
Frank Oz.
No kidding.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he was
They
retired.
got-
Okay.
Yeah, no, they got a lot of the original trilogy's voices back for characters. They got James Earl Jones back as Vader too. Again, rest in peace.
And then
that's
Ian
crazy.
McDermott for Palpatine later on.
Yes, they did get Ian McDermott back.
Mad respect.
Yeah, ultimately, Kanan's journey would come to a head when he, Ezra, and Ahsoka, the goat, visited
Yep,
a
the
planet
goat.
that had a Sith temple, and they ran into none other than the character that I missed out last time talking about Trash Mix Talks, Darth Maul.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, real quick. What are your thoughts on Darth Maul versus Ridley?
Oh, I think it's a freaking awesome match of the way that you guys talked about it, bro. That was
Thank you.
like it hits like every single note that I would want for a Darth Maul matchup. Like just the sheer pettiness of Maul. It's captured so perfectly with Ridley. And also,
Alright,
I
cool.
need to build up my voice acting resume because I need to audition to play Maul on Death Battle. But anyway,
Yes.
anyway, even though they had worked with Maul to uncover the secrets of that Sith temple, it led to Maul being his usual petty self and backstabbing Kanan, blinding him. And for the last 2 seasons of Star Wars Rebels, Kanan spent more time than ever really trying to reconnect with the Force, thanks to the help of a mysterious ape guru that was on the planet that the Rebels were located on. And yeah, despite losing his sight, Kanan was able to still be able to prove himself useful to the fight against the Empire. And sadly, Kanan's story would be cut short because in an attempt to save his friends from an Empire base, when they eventually returned to Lothal, Kanan heroically sacrificed himself to save his girlfriend, his Padawan, and his best friends. It's but in that moment,
It was.
oh, sorry, I
No,
was
you
going
go
to say,
on.
and
Go on,
I was
go
going to say that in that moment, despite Kanan giving away his life to save his friends, he was able to somehow look at them one last time.
That scene when the eyes come back is so good.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
It made for a very like emotional death because
Yeah.
Star Wars Rebels is a bit of a kind of a hit or miss show. I think it has really good highs, but like really annoying lows. But when it hits, especially with Kanan, it hits. So yeah, Kanan is just a very cool like Jedi in my opinion. One that I think definitely deserves to be talked about more. And then in the case of Kenshi Takahashi, originally in the old timeline, Kenshi Takahashi was just a prideful warrior who also comes from a long line of warriors known as the Takahashis. And he wanted to prove himself to be like one of the greatest champions in all of Earthrealm. Until one day he was approached by a mysterious man by the name of Song. And it was through Song that he told Kenshi that out there lied a mysterious power that he could use to become like even stronger than he was before. And because misery loves company, it turns out that this mysterious benefactor that promised Kenshi great power was none other than Shang Tsung.
Yep.
Wow.
And instead Shang Tsung led Kenshi to what is essentially a well of souls, which upon opening the well of souls, Shang Tsung stole all the souls and blinded Kenshi, and pretty much left him for dead. All until while being thrown down into that well of souls, Kenshi came across a magical sword that belonged to his ancestors, known as Sento. And through the usage of Sento, Kenshi, despite being blind, was given a new a new ability that allowed him to see, and granted him crazy powers that would eventually lead him to finding Shang Tsung and giving him his comeuppance. But since it's Shang Tsung, he never truly dies.
Right, yeah. No one's ever really
Evil's
gone.
never truly done.
Yeah, it's Mortal Kombat logic. But yeah, to suffice to say, Kenshi versus Kanan is a battle between two characters from I guess I could say warrior clans or races that unfortunately went after tragedy, and including the loss of their vision. They still forged a path that involved connecting with others and realizing that like maybe there was more to life than just like my honor or my pride. There's something there's more worth fighting for. There's more worth fighting for, or something. There's more important fighting for than just like the satisfaction of being a warrior and yada yada. It's a really
good stuff.
Thematically, it's a really good matchup, and I think dynamically, in terms of like an actual fight, I think it could be really fun. Like just these two, just in general, in their respective series, are very charming and enjoyable people to see clash against each other. But even more so, their abilities actually kind of like line up a lot when you think about it. Because Kenshi's, because obviously we have Kanan is able to use the Force. The Force gives him like telekinesis and such. Kenshi has the exact same thing going on. He also has telekinesis thanks to his powers with Sento. So it makes for like a very interesting like back and forth in that sense, because it's like, okay, well then which of these two's abilities would be able to get the one up on each other? It's pretty fun, I would say. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really like this. I'd known about Kenshi for a while, but I hadn't known that much about Kanan. But like, yeah, the way you talked about it, they are just like two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, they're very, very similar characters, I would say. And yeah, I mean, shit, I'll never complain about getting more. Because, like, I think what would be interesting about just having Kanan on Death Battle in the first place is because Kanan would be the first Jedi used that wouldn't get any of, like, the Legends extended media stuff. Because he's exclusively a Disney-created character. So it would be interesting to analyze Kanan in that sense of, like, yeah, what feats can we specifically find for the Disney Star Wars canon that could, possibly like give him the win, which from what I recall, unless you buy into crazy MK scaling, which, like Kenshi and Titans and all that garbage that just ruined the series. I think Kanan might actually have probably the better shots at winning.
Yeah. I do like the idea because they've essentially hinted at the sequel trilogy not being canon anymore recently, and canon being the first Disney Star Wars character to be used on the show would be a pretty funny way to acknowledge that, like just not even getting into the movies at all. But I gotta tell you guys, as much guff as we give Star Wars for all the branching paths, Mortal Kombat is atrocious when it comes to that.
It's worse.
Mortal Kombat, actively just ruined themselves with introducing multiverse stuff in MK1.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, if
we can fully blame Kronika for it.
That is the reason I don't think we're ever gonna get Liu Kang on the show because of that reason. Like, it's just not fun to talk about these characters anymore because there's just so many crazy things to consider. So with Kenshi, you're saying that which version of Kenshi did you say you would the original version? Is that right?
Actually, Kenshi was one of the few characters whose story remains the same in like both timelines he's in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so
there's four specific timelines for Kenshi. There's the original 3D era timeline, or the original MK timeline. Then we have the new MK what was the new MK timeline that consisted of MK9, MKX, and MK11. Then there is the MK1 timeline, which is the one that we're currently in, the one where like Kenshi was a member of the Yakuza before.
The one where his son in the last timeline is his cousin in this one.
Yeah, that weird retcon, or that weird change. But Kenshi was in the new timeline. Kenshi was a member of the Yakuza who wanted to break his clan free from the Yakuza's corruption. And then
also got blinded by Melina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got blinded by Melina. But his story is a lot similar in a lot of other ways as well.
Yeah.
He and Johnny became boyfriends.
Yeah. Best bromance in MK by far. Yeah. And then we also have the MK Legends timeline. Snowblind. The Snowblind movie, which is also kind of, it's also, I would say, a faithful adaptation of Kenshi's, like his story for the most part. But the Legends timelines are also like, the Legends movies are like, they're kind of like their own bubble when it comes to MK.
That, honestly, Snowblind, it was actually genuinely so good.
Yeah, no, it was...
a lot of other Mortal Kombat movies are kind of meh, kind of schlock, but that one was genuinely good.
Yeah, I definitely think Snowblind was definitely the most interesting one. And I think it was because of that movie that really just emphasized to me that, like, Kenshi is a very cool character. I liked him prior to then. I liked him in MKX, but, like, once, like, I saw, like what his story was in Snowblind, I'm just like, Kenshi is... He's a very cool character. I honestly wish that, like, he was given more of a chance to, like, given more of a spotlight and, like, just MK stuff in general. Like, I like what they did with him in MK1 before they introduced all the bullshit multiverse stuff. But Kenshi's a very fun character.
Was he introduced in Mortal Kombat 4?
It was one of those two. Yeah,
it was in the Midway era.
Yeah, because like, I think it's safe to say that Kenshi is one of the more iconic Midway characters, like introduced during the Midway era, because a lot of those guys were like either forgotten or just like kind of bargain bin redesigns. But there were
sidelines. Yeah,
Kenshi had a sauce to him when he was revealed.
Yeah, Kenshi was debuted.
Oh, you can't get much saucier than a blind swordsman with telekinesis.
Oh yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. But he was introduced in Deadly Alliance. That would be MK5, I think.
So so they both have telekinesis. Do we get some sort of battle of them like holding each other up in the air and like spinning each other around and stuff?
Oh,
and then
that would be so cool.
Having and then eventually having kind of like a truce, being like, okay, you know what? Let's just settle this the old-fashioned way because this is getting old.
Oh yeah.
I would love a fourth wall break.
I can just imagine them throwing each other across the room.
Because I would like that, and also them throwing each other like the camera as well as a reference to one of his fatalities.
Oh yeah, like that. I mean, there was the Kenshi Daredevil DBX.
Yeah.
Where he smacked Daredevil against the camera 3 times.
Nice. No, it's definitely a 3D battle for this one. I think that goes without saying.
Yeah, 3D is definitely the way to go with this.
Absolutely.
Gosh, is Goro versus Machamp? Is that? No. Okay, so Shao Kahn and Goro, are those the only 3D Mortal Kombat episodes we've had?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because Scorpion, Sonya, Cammy, or not Cammy.
No, I know what you meant.
Yeah, Sonya, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Johnny Cage. Those are all been
Shang Tsung.
Sector, yeah. Shang Tsung, yeah. If Liu Kang ever got on, maybe he'd be 3D as well. And same thing with Scorpion if he ever comes back to fight Wolf, like we talked about before.
Yeah, I always love a good old-fashioned 3D Star Wars battle. So with this, that feels right for this one. Although I will say, because I haven't watched Rebels, so I don't know much about this character. The only blind character I knew before this involved with Star Wars is I think he was in Rogue One. I forget his name.
Oh wait,
Chirrut,
Donnie Yen.
And I still lose it over that one joke where they're all like taken prisoner and they put a bag over everyone's head and he's like, "Are you kidding me? I'm literally blind."
Oh and yeah, do you? I don't know if you guys know this. You know who the voice actor for Kanan is?
I'm blanking on it right now.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I knew that he was in this show, but I didn't know that he played the blind guy. That's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like honestly, like there are like so many like good emotional moments like with Kanan, like when he's explaining like what, because like there's an episode in which the Rebel Squadron they look for an old ally of Ahsoka, and it turns out to be clones. And you know, Kanan obviously just trusts clones because they were the ones responsible for Order 66. And like there was a scene where Kanan was explaining to Ezra like why he doesn't trust clones, and like you can just feel like there's he basically pours out everything as like why he doesn't trust him, like the moment where like his master got killed, and like you can hear at multiple points like the Freddy's voice is cracking. Like he's really selling the emotion of like he's really selling the emotion of that moment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So who?
Also just.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just gonna say one of those clones was the GOAT, Captain Rex.
Oh, Captain Rex. Yeah, bro. I need to.
Everybody loves Captain Rex.
I need to come on here with a Captain Rex matchup at some point because Rex is
DMs
so
later.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Oh, I smell some cooking going on. Also, Dave Filoni voices a robot in the main cast. I'm looking at this now. That's nice.
Yeah, was it Chopper?
Yeah, it was Chopper.
Yeah.
That little shit, bro. But he's like
war criminal.
Yeah, war criminal.
A literal psycho.
All right. So, do you have an idea of who probably wins this one, or if not, how the climax might go?
I think if like we're considering the absolute like pinnacle of like bullshit MK skilling, then like Kenshi would be capable of like defeating Kronika, who can rewrite reality and
and so on and so forth.
Kronika, the most jobbing reality warper in the world, just so, like sacrificing herself just so the rest of the cast can scale up to the bullshit. But she made Homeland. Homelander looked like competent thanks to that game. Like that's how bad it was.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty well. Homelander was an MK1.
Was
DLC.
Cronathegoat was an MK1, right?
No, she wasn't.
She
No,
was
well,
then.
Well,
kinda, sorta.
Of,
Like,
Yeah.
she's
a
Not-
version.
not
she's
exactly.
mentioned. She's mentioned, but not in one directly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I guess that's a story for another day.
Well, she's
yeah.
kind of mentioned, and then there was a disguise, someone disguised as her, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was the
Which-
old timeline version of Shang Tsung who
See-
disguised
Mhm.
himself. As
See,
like
I only saw a few of the opening cutscenes, so that's why I assumed Cronathegoat was in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it
it
was-
was.
Because it was
sorry.
like, because I
It's tough to.
yeah.
Yeah.
No worries,
And
no worries.
it sucks because MK1's like story for like half of it, it was good. It was really enjoyable. I liked the characters and the new universe they set up. But then once they started bringing in like the bullshit multiverse stuff, it just like the story took like a nosedive, and it's just like why why did we do this?
I love seeing stories shoot themselves in the foot in the second half. Well,
Oh man, so upsetting.
yeah, I can imagine a very like respectful rapport between these two, like as they're
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, these two would respect each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Kanan. Yeah, Kanan was. At first, he was a very cynical character at like the beginning of Rebels because of just like he's holding so much baggage from like Order 66 and like having to be on the run for 15 years. But as the series progresses and he connects further and further with his Jedi roots, he starts to become a more humble Jedi, even mentoring. I mentioned that he mentored Ezra, but he also is the one who mentored Sabine when she got the Darksaber from Maul.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of funny in hindsight because that training for Sabine was to basically say that like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to make you like sort of like a Mandalorian Jedi, and she ended up just giving up the Darksaber to a different Mandalorian, one that had been in the original Clone Wars series,
Bo-Katan.
and
Bo-Katan.
yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
Bo-Katan. And then
Hmm.
once we get to like the Ahsoka TV show, she just somehow like becomes a Jedi. And I'm like not just like, oh, she can use a lightsaber, like no, she
Yeah.
can just straight up use the Force.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sure, why
Yeah.
not?
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you think they would have like a little moment of sort of relating to each other over their blindness? Like, do you think they would have a moment like during your fighting style? You're just like me, aren't you? Something like that.
I think they definitely would. I think it definitely absolutely would.
No. Then maybe they didn't have a moment of get blinded in battle just like me. He's like, yeah, you know the old story, and then they continue fighting, something like that.
Yeah, like if there are any like famous like quotes about being blind, yeah, I imagine they say like in with the Yoda King Mickey, like proof you are that size matters not.
Oh yeah.
That sight matters not.
That size matters not.
Don't you see where it really counts. And okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, very very fun one here. And any closing thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, I'd more Star Wars, more Mortal Kombat. I'll never say no to. Kanan is like one of my favorite characters to come out of the Disney Star Wars era. Kenshi is consistently one of my favorite MK characters, and it's funny that you mentioned that like, yeah, like they knew they had a hit on their hands with the Midway era because yeah, Kenshi was like one of the only few characters in the Midway era to immediately return in the NRS era, unlike others, which took a little while. So yeah, they know that Kenshi's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got two cool blind characters with swords that can move shit with their minds. It's a match made in heaven.
Can't
Yep.
wait to see the amount of blind jokes Boomstick makes, and he uses the excuse that I'm handicapped too, so I get to.
That fun loophole.
I
guess
suppose
that
so.
works.
I guess Wiz could also do it too because he doesn't have.
Oh yeah, he also
arm.
has a robot arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess also One thing I could say is I do actually remember hearing about this matchup a little bit back in the day, and whenever I heard about it, it did immediately vibe with me because I immediately saw the connection between these two, and yeah, I do agree that this could be a really fun matchup.
And
Yeah, this is one of those matchups you can feel the vibe. But
is Kenshi's is Kenshi's sword strong enough to withstand a lightsaber?
I'd just say.
I think
for
so.
sake-
Yeah.
I would say probably.
I mean,
but
I'm
also-
sure there.
Magic sword.
I'm sure there are several not lightsabers in Mortal Kombat you can use to, like, I'm sure like one of the cyber ninjas has something similar.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it's
Yeah.
also like Kenshi also imbues his like sword with energy anyway, so it's kind of like you can kind of kind of like also a loophole at the same time. But even then, lightsabers in Star Wars, like they're not able to like cut through everything. Like there's famously an episode of Clone Wars in which like there's a giant like dinosaur thing that like
The Zillo
can't be,
Beast.
like
Yeah,
the Zillo Beast. It can't be sliced through with a lightsaber. And even like otherwise, like sometimes when like a lightsaber has to like open a door, like a really heavily guarded door, has to like slowly like cut a hole through it. So like lightsabers like aren't like this like end all like like you can't get hit by a lightsaber or anything can't be hit because it'll immediately get sliced in half.
It's not like that one Robot Chicken skit where they're trying to open the door and Qui-Gon's like, here, Obi-Wan, take this sword. And he actually takes the saber and he accidentally drops it in the floor and it just like goes down a million floors at once. It's like,
Perfectly vertical.
Oh man,
what the?
So
Is
funny.
that? Oh my God, is that a lightsaber?
It's like I think Rick and Morty literally did that
Yeah,
joke
Rick
for
and
an
Morty
episode.
also did
Yeah.
that.
Damn.
Perfectly vertical.
Okay, time to move on now. These are very cool characters, but how are we all feeling about some more crimes?
This time on different death battles.
Oh my God, Louis!
Olimar?
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
I forgot that he was 3D in that shot.
Wait, what?
Yes, it's time. The
right.
war criminals themselves, Louis and Shigekio Yangu, better known as Shigechi.
Oh man.
So this one was a weird one. It was one of those things where it's just like, it starts off very stupid. I was watching part 4, I saw a harvest, and I'm like, those are Pikmin.
Yeah.
They are. So, like, there's got to be something there. And then I started thinking, Olimar, he doesn't really match that kind of vibe. But then I remembered Louis,
Oh,
the
Louis.
true villain of the Pikmin series.
Quite
Now,
literally.
how much do you guys know about Pikmin and JoJo's?
I know a
don't
lot
know
about
much.
I know JoJo, just
I never-
not
I'm
nothing
sorry.
about Pikmin. But
Okay,
the
well,
very awesome
for
movie.
Louis, I would recommend a Dubis Goobus video.
Yeah.
Where it basically just showed Louis is kind of just the worst. In like a game full of uncaring nature and just beasts and monsters, it's nice to have a little jerk that you just want to hate on, that you can genuinely just hate. Because Louis he started out, first of all, putting his company into bankruptcy because he ate golden pick carrots that his company was supposed to ship. So, thanks to going into debt, they had to repossess Olimar's ship, which he spent the entire first game rebuilding, mind you.
Yep.
Oh.
And then
Wow.
during the game, he basically acts as Olimar's player 2. He goes around collecting treasures to repay back the debt. And then once they get enough to repay it, Olimar leaves and Louis stays behind. So they have to go back and get him. And it turns out he's hiding in the most dangerous dungeon in the game, like 20 or 30 floors deep, and he's riding the final boss. Like, the final boss is not attacking him. He is riding it and doesn't do anything to, like, resist or anything. He gets captured. He gets the nickname the King of Bugs because apparently he was linked to that thing, so it is very possible that he was piloting it.
What?
Yep, that sounds like Louis.
Yep, and then game 3, he doesn't have a very big role, but he does steal a lot of the fruit juice the new protagonist carry, crashes the ship, runs off, nearly gets himself eaten again, and explodes something. So he's kind of just more of a detriment than anything in Pikmin 3. And then we get to Pikmin 4, where he also ends up crashed on the same planet that Olimar got lost on. And he finds a giant dog underground in another dungeon that can use so many Pikmin powers. And he literally, like, runs... I didn't even mention, Louis is capturing some spaceman that ended there, turning them into leaflings, which are basically, like, brainwashed astronauts that are obsessed with doing Pikmin challenges.
Yeah, it's the Dandori battles, I think they're called.
Yeah, just, oh my god, I hate Louis so much. And the worst part is, he gets no comeuppance. None.
Oh,
He is treated like a misbehaving child who, oh, that's just Louis. He's just playing. And he gets no punishment. Like, my hatred for Louis goes so deep that, like, I'm so angry about it that, like, my friends know that I hate Louis so much. And they made this.
Oh, they made this matchup for you?
No, they didn't make this matchup. They made this image I'm showing you right here.
Oh, let me see.
Look.
Louis is one of those characters. Louis is one of those characters where you just can't love but hate him.
No, he's one of those characters you just love to hate.
Louis.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as for Shigechi, he is a much different case. He is like, I know they treat Louis like a misbehaving kid. Shigechi is just a misbehaving kid. He's a middle schooler. He's just a generally friendly guy, spends his time licking stamps to see how they taste different, using his stand harvest to gather loose change around the city, but he only makes sure that he takes stuff that is just genuinely lost and not just stuff from people's wallets.
Gotcha.
And then he, hang on. Oh, dang it, sorry, I gotta take a break here. Somebody's knocking on my door.
Oh. Well, while Flip is taking a break, I would like to point out in the Dubis video, there are such amazing quotes like where Oliver's like, now Louis, did you eat Randy the Pikmin? And Louis' response is, you name your food.
All right, I'm back.
You name your food.
And
I hate that response.
And then the Bulborb is like, the horrors I witnessed were so disgusting that my brain evolved just so I could process what I was witnessing.
Nobody asked you, Lamau?
Wow, there is not a single redeeming quality in there. Holy shit. Okay, anyway, back to Shigechi. He's just a misbehaving kid. He likes to gather loose change with his stand. And then Okuyasu and Josuke just kind of come up on him, find that he's doing it, and they pretty much instantly become friends. Until Josuke and Okuyasu get a winning lottery ticket. And, like, Josuke, Okuyasu, they're cool guys. They say, hey, you know what? Let's split it 3 ways. Me, you, and Shigechi. Shigechi doesn't want to split it. He wants it all. He has a habit of, like, letting his greed and possessiveness take over. So he swipes the ticket and dashes off as fast as his stumpy little legs can carry him, which isn't far because he's kind of chunky. So he just lies down and has his stands just, like, carry him like tank treads the rest of the way, even up a building. He, like, threatens to kill Okuyasu and Josuke if they get any closer to him. But as with pretty much every citizen of Morio, it seems, he gets a beat down from Josuke and immediately becomes his friend.
We love a good who said violence doesn't solve all your problems sometimes.
Yeah. Now this matchup is one of those where it's just like, it's the very epitome of the meme, his greed sickens me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, like, and it's a combination of, like, I despise Louis, but I love Shigechi. And I'm not the only one who does. Hirohiko Araki, the author of JoJo's, has stated multiple times that Shigechi is one of his favorite characters. I think, like, ranked 9th, and 10th is Dio.
Oh, wow.
Like,
I gotta look up this list now, Araki's favorite characters.
And it's like, Shigechi was even included in some of the fighting games. So he has like a 3D model they could pull from if they actually do this.
As well as that
Yeah.
that 3D model that the Pikmin were carrying around.
Yeah, and it's like another fun thing. Shigechi has the same English voice actor as Monokuma.
Yeah.
Brian Beacon.
That was cool.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
It's
know that.
just another fun thing where it's like I think I figured out who Shigechi was by actually just looking up. Okay, I love Monokuma's voice actor. What else has he done? Oh, he's done a role in JoJo's. Oh, that's a weird looking kid.
Yeah. It's
Like it's never explained why he has the Bart Simpson haircut. He just does.
eat my shorts.
Or Lisa Simpson. But yeah, now this matchup comes with several problems, I will admit. There are some logistics that need to figure out. First of all, the size difference. Louis, Olimar, all of them canonically very, very tiny. But a workaround. There's already a cannon stand that can shrink people. Admittedly, it's in part 5. I imagine we could find some workaround to get him there, or just invent a new one. There's plenty of band and song names that have little in the title that could do similar things. And it's not like stands can't share powers. There's the meme of Jotaro going like, well, we have similar stands, so it's fitting we could do similar powers.
Okay.
Speaking of the stands, there is a stand issue of like, only stands can see other stands, only stands can harm other stands. To answer that question, I would like to introduce you to this chunky hunk right here.
Oh,
purple
look
pigment.
at him.
Oh.
Look at
Now, this was a more recent thing, but like, there's a Piclopedia thing that has Olimar going through like scientific discoveries. He's learned about some of the different creatures around the Pikmin planet, as well as the Pikmin. And this one was in the most recent game. When thrown to the ground, their impact creates gravitational waves that can actually warp space-time.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is kind of the explanation as to why they can harm the water wraith in that dungeon, because originally he's pretty much invisible and intangible until you throw the purple Pikmin at it. In which
Man.
case, he not only is visible, but he takes damage.
I mean, I knew the purple
And
Pikmin
Louis
were
has
strong.
access to these purple Pikmin.
Holy crap.
I didn't expect Pikmin to get this crazy.
Are all
Yeah.
are all purple Pikmin like this?
Pretty much, yeah. They're
Wow.
super strong, and they can do that. Now, as for timeline issues, we know Pikmin canonically takes place after humanity's all long gone extinct. Look, the Pikmin timeline is pretty loosey-goosey, with Pikmin 4 pretty much just, like, retconning everything. And, like, it would not be the first time an aliens ended up in Morio.
Yeah, no,
Like-
unironically.
Yeah, you know, Mikitaka. You got it.
Love that guy.
So, now that those issues are out of the way, let's talk about the fight. Like, this is, for lack of a better term, this is the scrimbliest scrungle fight of all time.
Yeah.
Just let these little horrid gremlins be horrid gremlins to each other without holding them back. Like, I imagine, like, after Shigechi gets shrunk down, he's like, oh, this is weird, but I still have my sandwich. And then he looks down, his sandwich is gone. It's in the hands of Louis.
Oh.
Or more specifically, in a hand of Pikmin that takes it and brings it back to Louis. And Louis just kind of looks, he sees Shigechi, runs away. So it ends up just becoming a chase scene where Shigechi has to make his way through, like, Pikmin and whatever beasties Louis has under his thrall. One scene that I can perfectly imagine is, like, the chase wouldn't last long. Shigechi's kind of chunky, and his size makes him, like, not able to run very far. So Louis thinks he's gotten away. He turns around. Shigechi's on his harvest tank treads, just jetting toward him. His eyes bulge out of his head, and he starts running faster.
I mean, you gotta appreciate the creativity with their armies there.
Yeah.
It's like who needs to walk with legs when you can just use a million legs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the big things I wanted to talk about with this one.
I do like the idea of we haven't really played around with a tiny battle like that before. Seeing massive grass weeds and Ant-Man vs. Atom had like a couple shots like that with the ants at the beginning, but obviously the scale becomes a lot more microscopic from there. But something that plays around with like everyday objects being super like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids style battle would be really cool to see them tackle.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I don't know how I feel about Louis being the first Pikmin rep on Death Battle.
True. That's one of the things I like about this matchup. You think of a Pikmin matchup, you think Olimar. You never think Louis.
Yeah, exactly.
Louis, yeah.
One of us should come up with Olimar versus Chibi Robo for a pitch.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and despite anyone who thinks Chibi Robo doesn't belong on the show, like you can make it work. You can make it work.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. I do also like the idea of the Pikmin and the what is Shigechi's stand name?
Harvest.
Yeah, Harvest. And what song does that reference?
I am not sure, but I will check.
Yeah, you getting some I think my favorite part of Gru versus Megamind was the
minions,
the Easter eggs of like seeing what the minions and how they interacted with the brain bots. Like ironically, like as much as people complain about that episode, it was pretty true to the Despicable Me franchise because the minions did steal the show, which is very true to their character. And, so expect Minions versus Rabbids from me someday. And
all right, I'm looking it up, and I am not sure like what Harvest is based on.
Interesting. So
I did find out that apparently there is a Harvest cosmetic for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
Okay. Wow.
Why not?
Why not?
Are there any other JoJo's references in Monster Hunter?
Oh, I'm sure there are.
We live in a day and age where everything.
There was a Dragon Ball reference in Monster Hunter. They are not shy of doing anime references.
I mean, that new TMNT movie referenced JoJo, so why not?
Exactly.
Everything's a JoJo reference.
Oh boy. So yeah, I do like the idea of that's a funny moment. Like Shigechi thinks that like all the Pikmin are trying to like fight the Harvest, but they don't work at first, and Shigechi's like getting overconfident about it. But then one of his Harvests gets like falls on the ground, like knocked out, like with a black eye, and you see a purple Pikmin with the menacing kanji on it, and it has like a JoJo face, kind of like the Goomba from Goomba vs. Koopa 2.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh no.
That'd be hilarious.
This is I might need to change up my strategy a little bit. It would definitely be satisfying to see Louis finally get taken down a peg.
Oh yes. And like I can imagine him like somehow managing to get control of like the Titan Dweevil or the Ancient Sirehound, I think were the names. Yeah. So he could have a bug / massive dog mount in the fight too that he would have to work around.
I love that. Yeah, because let's face it, Seijuma Shigechi, he gets a rough go of it towards the end of his story. But
I think another thing was like, I think Araki did say that Shigechi's death was one of the few that made him cry.
Aw, it's like it was so important to the story too. It was like I didn't want to, like, you get that old adage that you got to kill your darlings, that kind of thing.
Yep.
By the way, for those.
Yeah, I'm looking it up on the wiki. It was Araki mentions Shigechi's death is the death that saddened him the most.
Aw.
So yeah, out of every JoJo death, it's this guy that made Araki saddest.
Poor little guy.
He really did get a bum rap of things, but he still provided, like, he basically kickstarted the whole Kira arc in that.
Yeah, like he gave them the first clue they needed.
He gave them the button.
I'm looking at the list, by the way. You can the part, you can definitely tell there's a bit of part 4 bias because its number 1 character is Josuke and its number 2 character is Kira.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, shout out to Bruno.
I mean, part 4 is my favorite too. I'm not gonna fault him for that.
Fair enough. All right. Anybody else wanted to say anything about this one?
I got nothing.
I mean, I do,
Yeah,
and
I
like
haven't
as
been-
for, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I must admit I haven't become much of a Pikmin or JoJo guy, though I do have interest in checking out either series. But
Oh,
this
highly
definitely sounds
recommend
like a kooky matchup, to say the least.
Yes,
Just a little bit cool.
I highly recommend both.
All right.
Like Pikmin's just great fun. It's a real collect-a-thon. It also requires a lot of strategy too, which is
Yeah.
kind of works the
yeah.
brain as you're having fun.
I tried playing Pikmin 3 as a kid on Wii U because I was one of those kids that I was like Scott the Waz, where I wanted to buy literally everything for the Wii U because I was concerned about the company and I wanted to support them. But
You started out with 3?
well, yeah, I'd never played the other Pikmin games, so when I tried Pikmin 3, I got scared by the resource dwindling system and never picked it up again.
Yeah, that'll scare a lot off. Like the first game had like a 30-day time limit, and that was horrifying to me as a kid.
Yeah, like I had to play with a guide for Majora's Mask 3 DS the whole time because I was so scared of the moon.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But yeah, so that's why time limits in games always give me massive anxiety. So maybe I'll try Pikmin another time.
Yeah, definitely recommend. Like I know 2 and 4 they don't have time limits.
That's okay.
Like they don't have like
is it
you're
better-
gonna get a game over in so and so many days.
Is it better to play it chronologically?
Technically, I think you can play chronologically, but like you could play Pikmin 4, which is like the best of all 3 previous games.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure like you can virtually get Pikmins 1 and 2 if you want to.
That's good to know.
Yeah, all Pikmin games are available on Switch.
That's especially good because I'm still not convinced to get a Switch 2 yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've got too many Steam games to catch up on. All right.
Now, as for who I think would win, it's got to be Shigechi. Like even with the purple Pikmin, like it's a stand. Shigechi's got that, and there's also something not many people pick up on. Louis' race of people, Louis and Dalamar, oxygen is toxic to them.
Oh shit!
That helmet shatters, he's screwed.
Oh my god,
Dead.
we get a death like that one Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he like throws the guy out into the
Total
surface
Recall.
of Mars. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would be insane, but people would love it because it's Louis.
Yeah, screw Louis.
His face, could you imagine? Like he get his eyes are like closed for all the time, but like his eyes like open up and they become like blood red shot.
I mean, his eyes have canonically done the bulging thing like multiple times in game.
Holy crap!
Let me see if I can find the proper GIF.
I'm glad you knew exactly which movie I was talking about too.
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with Total Recall. Yeah, like look at this. This is in like the first few minutes of Pikmin 2.
Consider it a divorce.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
No. What? That's great. All right.
Yeah. All right. Think we're good.
Oh, good. Louis versus Shigechi, everybody. All right. I forget what the next one is. Yay!
Yeah.
Ooh.
Versus Louis.
Okay. Whoa.
Okay. So, a little bit of a spiritual successor battle here for us.
Yeah. I just gotta say, what are the chances?
I know, right?
Had a Star Wars Rebels.
We both had a Star Wars matchup, yeah.
Yeah. Just to clarify, I've started getting with everybody individually on which matchups they want to do. Behemoth and Hundemus did not coordinate for this at all. They just happened to both choose a Rebels character for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. And
So
what I just talked about Sabine will carry over here, but yeah.
Yeah. That could not be better for like the Trash Picks lore.
So this is Carolina, yeah. I always confuse
no, this is
a lot of the
Nope.
light
Yeah,
blues.
this is
That's
Tucker.
Tucker.
Oh, it's
So-
Tucker.
Yeah, Carolina in the Halo 4 engine, she has a unique helmet shape.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
So
this
yeah.
is Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, just quick shout outs to Ninja Monkey. She was the one that made this thumbnail.
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
Awesome.
Ninja, she's great, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Sabine Wren versus Tucker. Where did we begin? Okay, so
Bow
Go
chicka
ahead.
bow wow.
yeah, but yeah, basically a lot of what Behemoth said for Sabine applies for here as well. Like she was a runaway Mandalorian. She used to. We find out later on, obviously, but she worked for the Empire. She created this weapon called the Duchess, which
Yes.
the Empire proceeded to use on Mandalore, basically enslaving them.
Yeah,
So
because
Sabine kind of was go on, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, specifically, like, the way that the Duchess works is that typically in Star Wars, the metal that Mandalorians
Beskar?
make their Beskar, the metal in which their armor is made is like impenetrable to like most things, including lightsabers. But what the Duchess does is that it literally overheats the Beskar itself to where it just completely it bypasses its durability and completely vaporizes anyone who's wearing Beskar.
Wowza.
Yeah. So the Empire used that on Mandalore.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically enslaving the Mandalore, which put a lot of guilt on Sabine, forcing her to run away, pretty much. Eventually meeting up or finding Kanan and the Rebels crew, and eventually she would go return to Mandalore and destroy the Duchess, while also gaining the certain lightsaber, the dark saber, from Maul.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that whole training process with Kanan happens, where all the stuff comes out about her creating the weapons and stuff for the Empire. Eventually, I'm trying out here.
It's all good, dude. Take your time.
You're gonna take your time.
Yeah, but basically, it's a lot what Behemoth said. And then Tucker.
Oh,
Like,
my boy.
We love him.
Bow wow.
Bow chicka bow wow, indeed.
Yeah, they're maturing. The big thing with this matchup I like is there's like maturing arc. Especially you can tell with Tucker from going from the kind of the laid back goofball of the blue team to becoming a genuine good leader by the time the Chorus trilogy comes around.
Yeah, we don't talk about what they did with Tim and RVB0.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna argue here.
Yeah.
I think the way he was treated in the final movie was even worse than Zero.
Right.
Kinda,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to go quick tangent. I was looking back at Restoration. I'm like, no, I didn't like how Tucker was handled.
It was
I mean,
it was terrible.
Literally, the only blue team member left was Caboose, and yet I feel like he was just filler, to me at least.
Yeah, poor Tucker. Like he was like trapped in the meta armor the entire time, and we never get any resolution like for his character outside of that. Like once meta is defeated, Tucker's like, "Oh hey, I'm back," and then like that's pretty much it. Like he spent like he's like tortured and like put through so much mental anguish, and like it's not even really explained how the meta armor took over his mind. It's just kind of it's just like a throwaway thing that they don't really bother explaining. Look, there are things in Restoration I love and other things I hate. The way they treated Tucker is like by far my least favorite thing, because I've said this before. Tucker is my favorite character in the show, especially because of how awesome he is in Chorus Trilogy, which is why later seasons piss me off so much, especially season 16 and 0, because this guy, that's what makes this guy so fun, is that he just is one of those characters who just does not belong here at all. He's just like such a normal guy, and he has like some of my favorite jokes in the Bow Chicka Bow Wow running gag is very like seeing the other characters' reactions to it, like their annoyance is like it's a really good running gag. My favorite one is when they're talking about getting Sheila hooked up to the computer, and it's like okay, if we could get a power line set up, then I think we should be good to go. And then Tucker's like, wait, guys, I have something important to tell you. Tucker, what is it? I just want to say, I got a power line for you to connect. Bow chicka pow wow. How did you even hear that? I'm like Superman. I know when I'm needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he goes from that to being like kind of a badass in season 7, where he's like fighting off an entire horde of mercenaries all by himself. And like becomes the alien ambassador. So like even before his character development in Course trilogy, he proves to be like pretty damn capable on his own. And the stuff they do with the sword is all a great. Then I have a feeling that that's one of the connective tissues of these, like the energy sword versus the dark saber.
Yep. I'll get into that here in a bit.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Well, I think Sabine at some point, I think she gets her own lightsaber because she gives as I mentioned before, she gives up the dark saber to Bo-Katan, but then Bo-Katan lost it, and then now it's with I think it's with Mando.
Well, it was with Mando, and then he gave it to her in season 3 of Mandalorian.
Yeah. And
right.
It was plausibly broken by Moff Gideon.
I completely forgot because Mandalorian season 3 is bleh.
Yeah.
It's a mixed
bag. She also does have her own lightsaber.
Yeah, and
Ezra's.
Yeah, in the Ahsoka show,
Ezra's green.
she gets Ezra's green lightsaber, and even when she tries to give it back, Ezra says it's hers now.
Gotcha. And Ezra just makes his own.
Yeah.
I definitely think for this fight, you would give her the dark saber because it's so cool.
Oh, yeah. If you get an opportunity to give a character a dark lightsaber, you take the opportunity.
Yes, I'm saying to do that with Darth Maul, Mandalorian, and she.
Sabine.
What's her name again? I forgot. Sabine.
Treat it like the Chaos Emeralds. Everybody has a set.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's like completely destroying the mystique of it by giving it to everybody.
It's like specifically for me, because I'm not super familiar with Red versus Blue. Like, what about Tucker and like his like story? Like, how does that relate to Sabine? That's what I want to know.
I think it was just more like a themes kind of thing, because like the idea of Tucker fighting a girl is so funny to me.
Oh yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, you know that there's gonna be a part where like she's like beating the crap out of him, and he's like, wow, right to the mouth, huh? Now you're gonna take me to dinner first?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing that scene from Dispatch. Just so you know, I'm super into this.
Well, then you're gonna love this. Yeah. Honestly, that's why I think Tucker would be so fun here to. He's one of those characters that I think needs a good redemption, kind of like Metal Sonic with the way the actual canon treats him. Because I'm gonna say it, he had probably the best action set piece in Red versus Blue: The Death Battle when he was fighting Lopez.
Yeah.
Like that duel went hard for absolutely no reason, and then he pulled the fucking Far Cry 3 move on him. I'd love to see
turning off the sword, dropping it. It.
I'd love to see something like that adapted. And just seeing we haven't had an energy sword versus lightsaber fight before.
Yeah, and this is also kind of just.
Do you not count Boba versus Master Chief versus Jango?
Yeah.
Well, that's DBX.
Jango have a lightsaber?
True.
But Jango doesn't have a lightsaber.
I think
he did in the animation.
Yeah, he did in the DBX. Yes.
I completely forgot that was like.
Okay.
That DBX pisses.
How forgettable that was.
That DBX pisses me off because Master Chief gets his ass kicked for like 90% of it, and then he just uses a frag grenade and wins.
Oh.
I mean, that's a typical Jango style. He does cool shit and then just dies.
I hate fight dynamics like that with a burning passion. I hate fight dynamics like that.
I don't blame you.
So I'm hoping that if they did bring Tucker onto the show, that they'd allow him to be a little bit cooler. Because another matchup would be like Tucker versus Jean from Ruby.
Yeah.
Ruby. I can understand wanting to avoid because it's like, here's the thing. I have been wanting a Red versus Blue episode on this show that isn't just against a Red versus Blue character for so goddamn long. And
right? It's always infighting with that series.
And if they finally did do that, but it was against a Ruby character, part of me would be like, That doesn't count. It's still Rooster Teeth. Come on.
It's still in
Yeah,
fire.
Yeah, it's really a Rooster Teeth thing.
Give us a real crossover.
Yeah,
exactly.
Not gonna lie, that's kind of the reason I made this matchup.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Your
I'm
work
just
will
not-
not go unappreciated.
I'm just not the
look,
biggest fan. I
I'm-
can see this. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I know that some people in the comments are gonna be like, oh, mark off the board of days since Carrick has gone of complaining about Ruby on this channel. I'm not even complaining about the show. Like, I'm not making fun of the show. It's like Overwatch versus TF2 again. It's old. I don't care. I want something.
Right.
I want something more interesting than that.
It's getting to the oversaturation of Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter.
Yeah, and like I'm not against Ruby being on the show again either. But
Oh
like,
no, of course not. I
please-
actually have a couple of Ruby matchups that I'd be willing to pitch.
hell yeah.
Funny enough, I probably have one too, but we'll get there when we need to.
It's just like we've already talked about Sarge versus Soldier on this show. So like you guys know how I feel about that one. But it would be very appreciative for them to try something new here. And I think back. I don't know how many of you guys have seen like if you guys remember that old school game theory about what's better, the Halo sword or the lightsaber. Like
I
and
kind of remember that. Yeah.
the way they determined it was like not necessarily the strongest people in the universes, but like just two average, like well-trained fighters, both using the lightsaber and the energy sword, which is better. And this is what I remember, but they determined that the energy sword would be more proficient than not against the lightsaber because of the way the handling forms around the wrist, because the lightsaber is specifically designed to, cut off hands of people, and so the energy sword provides protection against that. And
Yeah. And it's also kind of more natural to just like swing with a fist instead of having to use the sword stance.
right, and he also kind of like talked about the science of fencing as well, how those matches normally only last like for like 5 or 6 hits at most. They, like each round ends pretty quickly, and so like he took that into account as opposed to like it going on for like 5 minutes or whatever, as most Star Wars lightsaber duels do. But it would be so like a combination of like the way you stab it with your whole wrist, and also like the protection you get from it is how that was determined. So that would be cool to see the Death Battle like sort of apply their own logic to which would be better.
Tackle the efficiency of the fighter's sword play.
Yeah, because we really don't see
it'd be like the sword fighting scene from Princess Bride.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of also just like that whole idea of like Sabine actually knows how to use a lightsaber. Meanwhile, Tucker usually half the time just says swish swish.
What's
stab.
so hard about swish swish stab?
It's a sword, dude, not a fighter jet.
Yeah. Real quick side tangent. I just thought about this. Back to the Master Chief versus Jango Fett. The one part where he was dual wielding energy swords was so cool.
Oh.
Here's a unique question to ask. So, what would be considered to be more durable, Mandalorian armor or Mjolnir armor?
I was about to get into that.
That's
because
another
that's
aspect.
a good question. Beskar versus Mjolnir armor.
Because with Tucker, you got that infamous 10 megaton bomb feat of all the cast scaling too, which I'm still pissed at Death Battle for saying it was a 50 megaton bomb in Red versus Blue, because there's literally a joke where Sarge is like, well, we got a 50 megaton bomb in his chest, and Simmons like 10 megaton, sir.
10 megaton.
So like they took
they
Sarge's
actually
word
bought
over.
it.
They took Sarge's word over Simmons, which I guess is kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, nope, I trust what my dad says. Screw that other guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Fair.
That's a good, like, big question with this matchup. Is Beskar armor better than Mjolnir armor?
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa.
Because I think it's safe to say when it comes to skill, is Sabine, is that how you say her name?
Yeah, Sabine.
It's probably safe to say Sabine has skill on lock.
Yeah, and plus she has a lot more too.
Mandalorians are
skill and
like
proper training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mandalorian warriors are like trained from like birth to be like just fighting machines.
So with Tucker, if he wants to stand a chance, it's gonna have to be that he has like superior armor and just like downright luck. Like that's what a lot of the Reds and Blues victories come down to, the sheer dumb luck.
Yeah.
and also just stubbornness too.
Forgive me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong, but like I don't know if there's any other Mandalorian that could possibly scale up to the 10 megaton bomb that the others survived. Unless if I'm
maybe
something
Boba,
else.
but I don't know.
It kind of depends, because I do think that, like, from what I recall, there have been calcs for, like, Boba Fett's, like, missile, like the missile that's on his backpack, and I think, like, some calcs for it can, like, reach up to, like, also megatons. So, like, as long as there's, like, a way to say that, like, Mandalorian army can survive Boba's own missile, then yeah, I think there's ways for the Beskar to match the Mjolnir armor.
No, I did think of I don't know if you had any setup ideas in mind for this, but I did think of one.
I do, but I'll let you say yours real fast.
I'll say mine first. That like maybe it takes place in a seedy bar, and you just see like Sabine from the back like going up to get a drink, and then like Tucker like slides in from the frames like, "Hey baby, you an actress or a model? Bow chicka bow," and then like she like immediately like brings her sword out or something. It's like I'm not in the mood, and maybe and then like that's where it like kind of escalates from there.
Yeah, but the thing is also, we haven't mentioned it, but Sabine is also like a super chill character as well. She's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if anything, a setup that I was thinking of is that like, Sabine is she's a rebel in more than just like the Star Wars way of just she's rebelling against the Empire. She's a rebel, and that she's also like really into graffiti and such. I'm pretty sure like it's her graffiti art that inspired the symbol of like the Rebel Alliance, and I think it would just be funny if like the setup was that she was like doing graffiti on like a blue base.
Oh, what if she was doing graffiti on Tucker's rock?
That would be. Oh yes, that's it.
Tucker's like, "Hey, that's my rock."
Okay, my idea would be that Sabine's on a solo mission to Chorus to like set up a rebel base there. She encounters Tucker fighting mercenary troopers, and then Tucker's using like the beam sword and stuff and stabs one of the soldiers. Sabine mistakes Tucker for a Jedi, and then when they first meet, Tucker mistakes Sabine for a new mercenary that Locust and Felix brought on. And that's how the fight starts.
Okay.
And the thing is, for anybody who's like thinking, how would you get like Tucker hitting on her jokes if she's like wearing armor the whole time? Like Tucker has like a way of
Tucker
knowing.
can tell.
He can tell. Like there was a joke about him knowing that when Donut was a new recruit, he knew that Donut was a guy because everyone assumed because his armor was pink that he was a girl at first. Mm-hmm. Tucker's like, no, that's a guy. I know.
And also he was able to tell that Sister was a girl as well when she showed up.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
but yeah, also
he would know.
Even then, it would just be like Sabine could just like take off her helmet at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure the Sabine's helmet would come off at some point. Maybe during the climax of, because I definitely think the climax would be the Darksaber versus Tucker's sword.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
They could do like a callback to Boba versus Predator, where like everything's on fire. She takes her helmet off, and Tucker is looking at like
you are not one ugly mother.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Or like,
and then
hello.
hello, nurse. She's like, what? Not gonna take your helmet off? And he's like, I don't feel like it. We never really do we? Like a little bit of a lampshading moment there.
Yeah.
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 And then
I love.
I definitely think for the a death, if this was where Sabine were to win, she obviously like probably stabs or. I think like it would be funny if like she blows up like Tucker or something, and then just also does the bow chicka bow wow, just like to do it on Tucker. Maybe have Tucker.
How's that for a bow chicka bow wow?
Well, it's just funny.
So that's what that feels like.
Or
It's
maybe
just funny now because like with the ending of Ahsoka, Sabine also just like she just has the Force now. So it's like I do wonder like how that would interplay with Tucker's like because does Tucker have anything else going on outside of the energy sword?
he's got like typical guns.
Yeah,
He's got a good
usual,
amount of guns.
He's got the
Yes.
usual firearms.
So you
And,
could definitely
yeah.
also have like a firefight at the beginning.
So
Oh yeah, no. 'cause
some of the
yeah, Mandalorians also have like a ton of guns and gadgets and such.
some of
Yeah.
the alien tech is pretty overpowered. Like it straight up
Oh,
vaporizes
yeah.
people.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think you could probably give Tucker access to some of that. And Sabine,
Maybe, yeah.
Sabine stabs him, and she's like, "I figured you probably wouldn't be used to penetration. Bow chicka bow wow."
Oh, nice.
I've taught you well. Blah.
But then, yeah, after
one
Tucker
messed up
dies,
one.
Sabine gets Tucker's sword. And
Oh, yeah.
maybe she can. Like, the end scene is just
Oh,
her
that would be a
wielding
heck of a duel.
the
wield.
sword and the dark saber at the
Nice.
same time, as like
Yeah.
more mercenary troops show up.
Oh, you know,
I don't know. I feel like Sabine would be because like Mandalorian culture is like they respect warriors. So I feel like she would. I think she would leave the energy sword as like you were a true warrior, like kind of like the ending of Shredder's versus Silver Samurai.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
hmm.
Yeah,
Like
pretty
put
brutally
Tucker's hat
murdered.
on the energy sword, helmet.
helmet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Do you have an idea if Tucker were to win?
Not really.
Oh, fair enough.
Personally speaking, I do kind of think Sabine wins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like
just-
the
Because,
Yeah,
just
I-
because of how more durable Beskar is against Mjolnir.
I can
Okay,
imagine
interest-
Tucker's just like, dang it, gonna ask her out.
well, yeah, because
Yeah.
I was thinking of
He
some,
literally
like
goes up, how come I never been any nice girls?
I was thinking of that one video game starring Jack Black where he's like, oh man,
Decapitation!
don't tell me I've been slaying hot girls this whole time.
Oh, yes. Eddie Riggs, my goat.
No, with yeah, I guess it's like it really does come down to how seriously you take that 10 megaton bomb feat, and and if any of the Mandalorians have something that comes close to that, and if they don't, would she be able to eventually like chip away at that durability over time?
Yeah, because we forget, Tucker was just straight up stabbed by a normal knife by Felix
Yeah,
at the end of season 12.
that is true. So
Yeah.
like, I really. I don't know how seriously we can take that feat, especially since it was like during a simulation.
Yeah,
So I guess the main thing Tucker would have going for him is that alien technology, if like he's able to use it proficiently or not.
yeah,
Because like he really is like most comfortable with his sword. I think that's safe to say.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
hmm
So all right, yeah,
The same. Yeah, this I just really like this idea.
Very-
The
Oh,
banter
yeah.
would be so fun.
very good shit.
Yeah.
So
I definitely like vibe with this one a lot more than Tucker versus Jean.
yeah,
Thank you. Yep.
I understand it's thematic. Anyway, moving
But I
on.
like
Moving on.
I understand it's thematic, but no, there's no but.
Yeah.
It's that meme. This is good, but I like
understand
this.
I understand it's thematic.
Yes.
Either way, as long as we get Jason Saldana back to voice Tucker, that's all
Yeah,
that
I
matters.
can take it back.
Yes.
He's just kind of he's
is
just living
Tucker.
he's just living his own life right now. So I wonder like how available he is anymore for that kind of stuff. It's because
Yeah.
you know, just the idea of
Yeah.
all right, this was a company I used to work for. We had fun with it. I'm just kind of doing my own thing
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude's just out there living his life.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
I'm very
no
glad.
scandals, no nothing. He's just chilling.
That makes me very happy that the guy who voices the sex pest character is the least problematic
But
thing to come out of
yes.
Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
That's all. That's funny. All right. Now, okay, this one might take us a little while, so bear with us.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys.
Zio. Oh, it's time.
Yep. Oh, you might want to turn up the volume.
Aw.
No way.
Leo
Oh.
for the team.
The big DMNT. Yes. DMNT versus Ninjago.
I made the trailer, by the way.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Ninja go! Ninja
Jump
go!
up, kick that whip around and spin.
Skater boy.
All right, let's do it.
Nice.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus, any minute now, Ninjago.
My childhood.
Nice.
Yes. So, if you grew up as a 2000s kid, you would be, well, let's be frank, you know who these people are.
There's no avoiding it.
Like, this right here is pretty much, which ninja is more, well, ninja. And such and such. I decided, we haven't done a team match so far, and I figured, why not start with this? So, this is TMNT versus Ninjago. I'll be quick with character rundowns, because everyone knows who the TMNT are. Basically, I'm mainly going to talk about the 2012 version, since that's what I'm more familiar with, but I will include 2003 and Rise, considering that's probably way more iconic for most people. Basically, in the 2012 era, how that starts is basically the turtles are already mutated, but Splinter was before he got mutated, he was Hamato Yoshi, basically the last of the Hamato clan, and he went to go get 4 baby turtles, but then he so happens to run into mysterious men in black suits, who so happen to be carrying a mysterious bottle of mutagen, and after that, they saw Splinter and seen that he saw too much, so they tried jumping him and then accidentally dropped the mutagen, falling on him and the turtles. That's how they became the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they've been living underground for at least 15 years, and then Splinter's like, okay, you know what? I think you guys are ready. And then they finally go up to the surface, meet April, only for her to get captured immediately, failing their first mission. But you know what they say, practice takes or I don't know.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually though, they would find out more with the Krang and Shredder. Turning out the Krang are actually an alien species from another dimension, which, if you knew that, then duh. But if you didn't, then yeah, there's a lot to this. So basically, the Krang are a hive mind instead of just being one person. They basically, an alien race, try to take over Earth by using the mutagen to make Earth into another Dimension X.
Yeah.
And it's up to the turtles to, make sure they don't do that. What's also weird is that they eventually have to protect April from the Krang, because she was an important piece, which turns out she was her mother was experimented on when she was literally before she was born, and the Krang found out that her DNA can perfect the mutagen, so that way it can take over Earth. And so they try to take over kidnap April to perfect their plan and stuff. We also find out she's half mutant, and eventually she gets psychic powers, which
it's complicated.
Psychic. Sure. Yeah, she gets psychic. She gets psychic powers. She's half mutant, and there's also one episode where she gets an alien crystal and almost kills everybody. Where have I heard that before, Jean Grey?
There's an episode where she just straight up kills Donnie, splits his atoms across New York City, and somehow is able to put him back together.
Yeah, just she gets possessed by an alien. It's weird, but yeah, eventually she even becomes a ninja herself on the team, a Kuno each. But eventually the turtles, they face up with Shredder, which I've already let you guys know one thing. 2012 Shredder was a monster.
No kidding.
If you thought 2003 or Rise was bad, dude, this guy, he kidnapped, if you don't know, basically he almost kills Splinter, but instead kills his wife, steals his baby, and then raised her to hate him. Who does that?
And prime hater Shredder.
And you know what's even crazier? Later on the show, Shredder has to team up with the Turtles and Splinter to stop this alien race known as the Triceratons from using a doomsday device to destroy the planet. And so, right before it was about to activate, Splinter was going to turn it off, and then Shredder backstabs Splinter, knowing that the planet is going to be destroyed, and yet he says, I killed my rival, that's all I care about.
Yeah, Tiger Claw's dude, what the hell? You literally have a chance, fuck Earth, I won!
Yeah, the world can be destroyed for all I care, is his exact quote.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the writing of 2012, it was the greatest thing ever, except for Love Triangle. I hated that plot.
Yeah.
Or also just the weird,
every time I talk about this show, it always comes back down to this is all great, but goddamn, I hate every episode surrounding that love triangle.
Yeah, like
Well,
Leonardo.
I also think it's just kind of weird, like, because I think it's what's weird about 2012 also is that, like, Karai is Splinter's daughter here, but he also treats the turtles as his own sons.
Yeah.
But then Leo and Karai are also positioned as, like, a thing. Like,
I don't think they really thought that one through.
We don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a fan of the show, we don't like to talk about that. It's just we just prefer to forget that happened.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is Donnie and April are the best in Rise. They're so fun together, and any episode
my
that
favorite
focuses on them.
My favorite in 2012 was Wrath, because like while yes he is still like aggressive and a bit of an asshole, but eventually is like he becomes more favorable eventually later on. In fact, he even finds a new alien turtle from in space, which his mother was Toka, which is a reference from one of the live-action TMNT movies.
oh
With
yeah,
Toka
the
and
baby
Rosar.
turtle that he like raises.
But I want to talk about the main thing, because like by the end of the story, so basically Shredder, he became Super Shredder, and because he wanted to do everything but kill Splinter. Like he wanted to do everything in what he had left to kill Splinter, even become everything he hated, a mutant. And he did it. He killed Splinter. And like what's even crazier is that he did everything to get there, even almost killing his own daughter. She was like, Shredder, we need to get out of this, because they were in a burning building. It's like, we need to get out alive. And it was like, how fitting that you'll die just like your mother. Just flashback to him as Oroku Saki, and then cries like, oh yeah, I'm killing you. And then she tries stabbing Shredder in his exposed heart, shatters on impact, and then one punches her, and almost kills her, with falling debris falling on her. And then after Splinter dies, Leo's like, you know what? I'm done. We're taking this guy down once and for all. No more holding back. So after that, the Turtles, they dressed up. They basically literally geared up as Hamato clan members. Basically just trying to like embrace Splinter's the Hamato. And then they tracked down Shredder's base, take out his minions, and all was left was Leonardo and Shredder. And which there was a bit to where he was trying to tell Shredder, like, you're a monster. It's like, you killed your own brother. What does that make you? And then Shredder actually hesitates, but then Leo tries to get an upper hand, but then Shredder's like, you know what? I'm just going to straight up kill you. And then Splinter does the Force Ghost like Leonardo. Like, finish this. And then Leo kills the Shredder, and thus ending the hate cycle. Until he was resurrected in Season 5. It's weird.
Of
And then
course.
he's resurrected by Mark Hamill, of all people.
Yeah.
Who better to be resurrected by?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's a lot more
Yeah.
with like Rise. I do love the mystic weapons, because like it basically shows up a more like source of like it shows a new type of fighting style for each member, except Donnie. But I love his I like the way he uses his tech, and he's like my favorite turtle. But I'm pretty sure that's just everyone's favorite in Rise.
Oh yeah.
Now, as for Ninjago, long time ago, the first Spinjitzu Master created Ninjago with 4 golden weapons: the Scythe of Quakes, the Nunchuck of Lightning, the Shurikens of Ice, and the Sword of Fire. These weapons were very powerful, and they were protected by 2 brothers, Garmadon and Wu, the sons of creation and destruction. And before the first Spinjitzu Master passed, they were told to be guarded by them. However, I told you guys from Lloyd Tommy, Garmadon did get bitten by the Great Devourer, which took its time, but eventually corrupted Garmadon, fully embracing his evil side, making him more of the evil parts of a destruction path. So he basically tries taking the golden weapons, but Wu stops him and sends him to the underworld, telling him, I will be back for the golden weapons. So then Wu assembles the ninja: Cole, the Master of Earth; Jay, Master of Lightning, favorite ninja by the way; Zane, the Master of Ice; and then Kai, the Master of Fire. Which, in the way of the ninja, how this starts is from Kai's perspective. Basically, Wu comes to basically find the next fire ninja, which he knows to be Kai. But then, literally, his village gets raided by the skeleton army, and they kidnap Nia, Kai's sister, and Kai is willing to do anything to get his sister back. So Wu offers Kai to be a ninja to save his sister, and been training for months to finally trying to learn Spinjitzu, which is, like I said, a a basically spinning tornado of elemental energy, which they would eventually, harness their own element. And what's funny enough, Kai, he's the master of fire, because originally, how elemental powers work, they originate from their ancestors. Kai's father was the master of fire, which is basically how it gone down to Kai. Eventually, though, he would get jumped by his own teammates, which all was a test. So then, their first mission was to get the Scythe of Quakes and the Caves of Despair, which gone well until they got attacked by the Skeleton Army, but in their defense, they learned Spinjitzu and got the Scythe of Quakes after being attacked by the Earth Dragon. They soon get all the golden weapons, and then they're about to face Lord Garmadon until Samukai steals the weapons from Wu, who tries to pursue the Garmadon, tries to betray him. But the thing with the golden weapons is, they're too powerful to be wielded all together. And thus, you know what happened to Samukai? He basically grabbed all of them with his 4 arms, because he's a skeleton. I don't know how that works. But he basically tried wielding them all, but the golden weapons were too powerful for him, and thus literally disintegrated him. And then somehow Garmadon used the golden weapons to reach the realm of madness, to gain a body, so that way he can best us them all at once, which that's how he gets the 4 arms. So then eventually there was a prophecy of the Green Ninja, which will rise above the rest. All 4 of them thought it would be one of them, but it was told to be Garmadon's own son. So, and before that happened, they all had to unlock their true potential, basically trying to know what, basically trying to access the full scale of their power. And sooner or later, they would eventually train Lloyd to defeat his father, thus, and after him getting possessed by the Overlord, thus ending the story. Until it didn't. Then the Overlord came back, and then Zane had to sacrifice himself because, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Zane is not a human. He is a robot, or at least what the show calls him, a ninjroid, which eventually he became the Titanium Ninja. Cole became a ghost and didn't, but then he gets a power boost. I gotta be quick with this because I got a lot more to show. And then just these, keep in mind, 15 seasons, it's a lot, or 15 years of Ninjago. They had a lot of material to go over, which is why I'm going to try to discuss not a lot in story, because I know I can yap a lot, but basically they can do Spinjitzu, like I said, which is basically a energy tornado. They also can do Air Jitsu, which is basically Spinjitzu, but you have the ability to fly. And they also can, with their own elemental powers, as long as they don't fear anything, they can summon their own elemental dragon, which is, for some reason, they don't do that anymore. I don't know, because the writers just been like, they just had to nerf them for for the Yoni trilogy.
That's kind of lame.
I know! That's what I'm saying. And there's literally a bit to where in March of the Oni, Colt falls in, I forgot to mention, the Oni, which, by the way, they're basically, remember how I brought up the Oni and Dragon? Basically, they're basically the main sources of life and creation and destruction and death. And the Oni basically took over Ninjago by creating a giant black mist around everywhere. If you go inside the dark, you're just frozen in stone. Cole literally fell in the darkness. We all thought he was dead, literally showing him he was just alive. Yeah, they really like to do fake out deaths, which not their best strong suit.
Oh.
And then they decided to make that a bit to where Cole just keeps falling and falling, thinking he's gonna die, but really it's just not. And then for other abilities, Cole eventually, he found from his own mother, he would get his own ability called the Spinjitzu Burst, an elemental power that's directly tied to the Master of Earth. And then in Dragon's Rising, they managed to, at least Kai and Zane. I'm not sure for Jay and Cole yet, because they haven't really gotten much screen time, but they have good reasons for it. Well, at least Jay. Cole's just been a side character, which I hate how darn dirty he got.
Aww.
But,
no.
But basically, they learned Rising Dragon's technique, which is basically a Spinjitsu flying battering ram, basically formed as a dragon. And I'm telling you, these 4 have been through so much shit. They defeated Morrow, who possessed Lloyd's body, which if you don't know, that kind of got rid of their powers for a bit, but still did everything they could to save Lloyd, and they did. Then they fought against Nauticon, which was a genie which had the power of infinite wishes by the end of the season. Then they fought the Elemental Masters of Time, which, at least, they had their time powers got absorbed by a Chrono Steel Time Blade. It's a long story. And
Sure.
and then they even fought the Oni, which had the power to threaten all of creation. Which is I'm sorry if this is a lot. It's just
No,
I'm
it's
That's fine.
It's not your fault.
it's
that
a lot, but
It's like 12
Yeah.
seasons of Ninjago.
I'm comprehending it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
more like 20 now. Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about like how they're doing right now. Zane's with Pixel, which is basically she's like Zane but was created by Cyrus Borg. Eventually, she becomes the new Samurai X. If you don't know Nia, she used to be Samurai X, but then she becomes the new Water Ninja, which also funny enough was also Kai's mother. So element passed down from mother to daughter. And what's funny enough,
yeah,
speaking of
fire
which,
and water.
Kai and Nia find out their parents are alive because remember I mentioned the Elemental Master of Time. Crux, the one of the Masters of Time, basically kidnaps Kai and Nia's parents to basically develop a plan to, like, eventually go back in time and defeat the Elemental Masters. They eventually find them, and then, all said and done with that, Jay eventually marries Nia and the Merchant of the Oni, and now he's happily married with Nia, despite, trying to save the world every day. And then Cole, he somewhat found a family for himself in Dragon's Rising. He still helps out with a ninja from time to time, but still,
Doesn't Cole become a ghost though?
Oh, he does, but then in Day of the Departed, he went through a rift that can only open every 1,000 years and then turns back to a human. But that's also what gets that scar on his head, if you're wondering what that is.
Don't worry, he got better.
Yeah.
He got over it.
He's fine.
Okay,
Like,
I know
didn't
that was
you
a
die?
lot.
No, yeah, but I got over it.
I got better.
Yeah. All right. I know that was a lot.
And now he's voiced by Shining Armor, for you My Little Pony fans out there.
Oh yeah. All right. I know that was a lot. So, Carrick, if you like to pull out the categories? Yeah, I'm doing this again.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
not that one. We will get there. Okay. So, which is why I broke this down into skill, versatility, teamwork, and power. So first off, with skill, I figured that the turtles have been I feel like in different iterations, like with 2003. Keep in mind, I'm mainly gonna go with the TV show. I don't really know too much about the comics, so feel free to debunk me, whoever dares in the comment. But
if you dare.
yeah, as for, I think the turtles have been training way more longer because while the ninja in the Ninjago, they had been trained a lot, but the turtles have been training way more longer compared to the ninja. Considering not only that, but they've been trained by Splinter, some more masters, and I haven't seen 2003, so I can't tell you, but trust me when I say I feel like it's fair to say the turtles have way more formal training. Meanwhile, the ninja, they just rely mostly on their elemental powers and whatever is available to them. So that's why I give skill to the turtles. As for versatility, this one's tough because the turtles they have their own they have kunai, smoke bombs, and even the mystic weapons from Rise, which Leo has his teleportation sword, Donnie has his busted tech, Raph can turn into a kaiju, and Mikey literally turns his nunchucks into a fucking spinning Beyblade, from what I've seen. But the ninja have way more, because first off, they have the golden weapons, which shown to be a whole other level of power, which we will get to for the power section. And not only that, but they eventually harness the elemental power inside them, which I haven't mentioned yet, but in Dragon's Rising, Kai stated, or at least Lloyd stated that when the merge happened, which was remember I mentioned the merge, basically it opened up tears of reality. It teared holes in reality, and Kai and Lloyd's elemental powers were able to close it off. Basically, it's able to close tears of reality. So, and not only that, they have more weapons like the Technoblades, which was able to hack into any machines. That's how they stopped the digital overlord. And not only that, but just had way more techniques. Elemental dragons, air jitsu, rising dragon's technique, cold spin jitsu burst, and not only that, he can literally form his own rock mech. He literally make a stone type mech on his own with his elemental power, which is why I give versatility to the ninja. As for teamwork, now I'm just gonna say this: it would be very ingenuous. I butcher that word, but it'd be kind of wrong to say what each team would be better at teamwork alone, because while they have their moments, they still work together to defeat impossible odds.
I think
with Shredder.
The word you're looking for is disingenuous.
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 It would be disingenuous to say that, which teamwork would surpass over the other, which is why I give teamwork a tie. Now, as for power, I had to go dive deep into this, which is why I did calculations, well, with help. I did some calculations with myself, Carrick, if you would. For the final battle and Rise, basically, they took out the Super Shredder, and by the scale of the size of the laser and on basically eclipse the atmosphere, I can estimate, you can continue. I can estimate the lasers, the way that lasers shown off, we can estimate that the laser is about 22 petatons of TNT.
Thank you for that establishing shot, the studio that animated that.
Yeah. And as for the ninja, next slide, please. The ninja combined the golden weapons to defeat Garbodon's mega weapon, which was a combination of all the golden weapons combined after they time traveled. And after that, they merged together and shot itself to space. Judging by the distance and the explosion, we can estimate this got up to 10 quatatons of TNT.
Ooh, that's a new one.
Over 1 quadrillion times more powerful than the turtles. And keep in mind, this was the turtles at their peak, literally by the end of Rise. This was the ninja at season 2. This doesn't even showcase what they go up against when they fight against the Oni, which they literally threaten all creation, and they get new sources of power, like their dragon forms or their new Dragonius forms, which, thanks to Lloyd, he basically got to finally tap into his full elemental power of life and manages to spread it with the ninja. And they even show more with surviving the merge, defeating the Oni, and even facing the Overlord again as the Crystal King. Which is why I give power to the ninja, which is a lot. Which is a lot to think about, but these 4 have been through a lot. This may have been a very tough battle for the turtles, and what I'm not going easy, but the ninja made sure they would ninja go down a turtleous victory.
Ninja go down the turtlet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And the winner, and yeah, that's all I got. I'm tired. What do you think?
I mean, slaps all around.
Yeah.
This is less a TPT segment, more just a pitch.
Also, by the way, shout out to Cryotechnics for helping me get the numbers.
Hi, Cryotechnics.
Yeah, Cryo.
Yeah,
It's very. You can't say cryo, unfortunately, because there's 2 cryos in the server.
Oh, Cryotechnics. Yeah.
So,
shout out to him for getting the star level fee for Ninjago.
what are your qualifications? I do cryotechnics. And what do you do? Cryotechnics. Let me guess. Cryotechnics. Awesome.
No.
Yeah, 4v4 is really wild to me to think about, because red versus blue is one thing, that the entire point of that was that a majority of the people there sucked at fighting. But here, TMNT versus Ninjago, oh my god, that's the scale of something like that is insane. So would it be assumed that they're gonna be roughly the same size, even though they're Lego figures?
I was gonna say probably do Fortnite models, but with how many forms they have, at least for the ninja, I think they would be best to try to blend in probably do a hand-drawn type of style. I feel that would be impossible considering this is 8 characters instead of 2, but if you can't do hand-drawn, because I feel the way this would work is either do a hand-drawn element fight, just so that way they can master both Ninjago and the turtles together. But if that can't work, then I just say use the Fortnite models, just to try to make a more unique blend of the two. If that can work.
I do think also just considering how much crazy dimension traveling the turtles can end up doing at some points, I think it would just be fitting if at some point in the fight they do end up just turning themselves into Legos.
Yeah. God, could you imagine Simone versus Kyle art style for a TMNT fight?
That'd be so
That would be insane.
Yes, please.
I'm getting shivers thinking about how cool looking that would be. And
I will say though, I think I definitely the way that you laid out the 4 categories. I I do think that like I do agree with like what you presented, but I do think there is more with the turtles. Like I've heard like some crazy stuff from the comics, like that can like get the turtles like weirdly like arguably like dimensional tearing stuff for the turtles. I'm not even exaggerating.
Oh,
so
boy.
like there might be more of a debate to this than just like Ninjago swoops, especially since like also if we're gonna do a composite of like a lot of the turtles, then that can give the turtles like some crazy stuff like the medallions that they have in the 2003 show that allows them to turn into dragons.
Yeah,
like,
which is fine. Which keep in mind, I only did like the base layer because I don't really had all the time to like go over everything with these two. Because like I know you can make arguments with the comics because like I'm pretty sure there's some absurd shit. But even with that, Dragons Rising somehow got Ninjago probably up to Universal to Multiversal, at least low Multiversal.
Yeah,
so like it's very debatable on both ends. Sorry.
TMNT and Transformers are in a similar boat for me, where it's like it comes down to like how nitpicky you are with like what you include for each of them, and because of that, I don't think there's like really a way to satisfy everybody because of how many incarnations there are and how much interpretation is involved with like what you think is worth including.
Yeah.
So
it would be at the same time though. I think it would be interesting to like fully composite the turtles because like I think it would just like lend to. I think, well, it's weird because like Ninjago I would say has a more consistent lore. It's not like there's different versions of the ninjas, but at the same time I think it's also like I don't know. I think it would just be interesting to see like what kind of craziness you could get out of a TMNT composite.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess part of me is just still salty about Frieza versus Megatron. That's all.
Well, no. The problem with Frieza versus Megatron is that it was a very specific composite that, like, here's the thing. Unlike the Turtles, which, like, I would say the Turtles, even across their different iterations, like, they still maintain, like, the fundamentals. IDW Megatron and G1 cartoon Megatron are not really similar characters at all. So even within that specific composite, it's just, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
So I think at the very least, TMNT would avoid that pitfall.
Yeah, hopefully, because I don't know if Mutant Mayhem gives them anything good, like that new incarnation.
No, not really.
Okay, great.
If you don't know, I'm not into Mutant Mayhem. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just it's not for me.
I'm just biased because of it being the thing that Rise died for this show, and now it's already canceled. I'm pretty sure we've had this exact conversation before. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember if we recorded it or not, though.
I think this was one we talked about off.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, yeah. This is for the folks at home. Mutant Mayhem is like a pretty so it's like it's a good kids movie, not for me, but you know, I'm sure that they'll enjoy it. But and I know it's not like their fault, but it's one of those things where, man, Rise was like getting so good, like it was like, especially with the character writing, because like it kind of started off a little slow, but then like once it found its footing, it just like it kept ramping up and up, and that movie is like one of the I think is the best thing to come out of the franchise is the Rise movie, and I was like, man, I want to see them keep going with this and like do more things with this cast. But then, no, we're just going to dump it on Nick Jr. and replace it with another iteration that'll only last like 2 years tops.
That is very frustrating.
Yeah. Nickelodeon's handling of TMNT is very annoying at times.
I will give Mutant Mayhem this, though. They did have a pretty fun short film recently that was like a Christmas special, and the whole thing was making fun of ChatGPT, which I respected a lot.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing that. One more thing, you don't have to show it, but I made this a while back for Jay, just because he's my favorite ninja.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely show that off. Don't worry.
Yeah, like once I get a bunch of other projects going, I'm gonna try to like make like portraits for all the ninja. Well, at least the main 6.
Perfect. Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
nice.
But yeah, anything else you guys want to say? I know I've dragged this on a lot, so.
Oh no, you pretty much covered everything I would have to say. Like,
yeah.
You covered
I'm all
bases.
for this.
Like
I'm definitely
like the fight dynamic speaks for itself. I assume, because it's like everybody has like a sort of kind of an analog of who they can spend the most time doing 1v1s with, and just throwing in plenty of Easter eggs as well. I feel like a warehouse or something would be a good setting for that, because like that's pretty synonymous with the Ninja Turtles. They're always fighting around those damn crates. And
my climax for the fight is like, well, how like the death would go is basically the turtles like, I feel like I want them like recreate what they try to do against Shredder and like Rise, and then the ninja try to like when they're in their dragon forms or Dragonius forms, whatever they decide. I want them to do the tornado creation, and because if you don't know, the tornado creation is what killed the Oni, and it's like it's pretty much powerful enough to destroy destruction. I want that to be the final clash, just at a giant explosion across the city. That right there would be great.
See, I think this needs to be treated with the same amount of reverence as something like Ash versus Yugi, as like a good like
definitely
way to close out the year, and like making the analysis segments as like massive as possible, and putting 3 ads on it.
A real crowd pleaser episode.
Put 3 ads on it so it reaches 30 minutes, and just in having the death be like something not like gory at all, and just a really fun callback to.
Would not complain about a vaporization death in this instance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a good like callback to like the formats of their shows, and I don't know, just like it's something very feel good. I think is the best way to put it. I would want to be able to. You could show a kid Ash versus Yugi, for example. Like I think this is a similar boat as that.
I mean, the death that he got was in the movie. It's not like they were doing anything more than that.
Yeah, quick, we can bring it back to life. Don't worry.
My only question,
give me your tears.
I don't know how the fight would start. My problem is because like these 4 wouldn't really have any beef with each other. At least, I don't think the ninja are.
I mean,
like,
they didn't
too
have beef
unfamiliar.
with Batman either, but they still fought him.
Yeah, but it's just like the ninja are not really the type of people that like, mutant, we gotta fight him. It's like no, they've seen like other creatures before, so like they would have to take a lot more than just
Maybe they think they're an offshoot of the Snake guys.
I think with this one, because it's so massive, it would probably. If Death Battle actually did it, it would almost assuredly start in media res, and they would probably have some dialogue being like, "Man, Master Splinter wasn't kidding. You guys really are good." And so like setting up like a good like sort of almost like a sparring in a sense, and then like they just like keeps escalating from there because they get more into it.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that's like the way Death Battle would do it with especially with recent fights, and like Ash versus Yugi is also I consider that in media res with the way it starts, but like you still get the idea of why they're fighting. They kind of, and since there's 8 characters here, you kind of have to so that you can like have time for other cool stuff.
Like I don't expect this to be a Bowser versus Eggman. I just want this to be TMNT and Ninjago for me.
Oh, can you imagine Moro animating this fight? Oh, God.
I would love that, but I'd be concerned on if he would still be alive if he managed to do all this.
I mean,
he'd have his work cut out
He's
for him.
done Bowser versus Eggman. I think.
I'm still leaning.
I trust him.
I'm still leaning towards that Simon versus Kyle art style, though.
I'd be down with whatever.
It would be cool.
One final note: if you're looking for the Ninjago, I say at least like. I say like the Oni trilogy is like the best. Like you get familiar with season 1, 2, and 3. Like I say, just if you want to skip the Oni trilogy, go right ahead, because like I feel like once you like get to 1, 2, and 3, like I'm pretty sure and 4, you should not skip out on 4. But like after that, like you should get an understanding what's happening.
Okay.
I
remember with Ninjago, like I definitely watched it as a kid, but I eventually just lost track of it, and I guess I think I kind of like lost interest in cartoons in general for a little bit once I got into high school, so that's probably why I dropped it. So maybe one of these days I'll try giving it a revisit, see if it connects with me like it did back then.
A lot changed, but for the better.
So, would you prefer them doing this over? Because the popular one that they've talked about in the past was just Mikey versus Jay.
Okay, that's a good question. So, I was holding off on that idea originally because like I wanted them to like wait until Dragons Rising Season 4 came out, because, like, if you didn't know, Jay was going through an arc to where he lost his memory in the merge, because he basically gets, like, basically what happened is he lost his memory and wakes up in the land of madness, and he gets approached by I forgot what they were called, but basically the administration. And basically they lied to him saying that, oh yeah, you worked here all your life, you just forgot your memory. But then eventually after that, Lord Roz, which is strangely enough looks like a Lego Chima character, and convinces Jay that, oh no, you're like my right side man. Basically, you are like my greatest warrior. So then Jay he activates Shatter Spin, which is basically an evil version of Spinjitzu, and then basically shattered every goodness inside of him. But then eventually, after like just looking how the ninja like bonded with each other, it just sparked some things like, wait a minute, I don't know you, but yet I feel like I do. Eventually, Jay would go back to the administration thanks to Kai and Nia, and eventually would get his memories back. Though it did take a bit, but he's back to himself. As for the matchup, I feel like it'd be better just to do the 4v4, because like I feel like if they just did Mikey and Jay, I feel like that like so like I'm not saying it would be cool, but like I feel like if you want to get a full scale of like TMNT and Ninjago, I feel like this would be better, because like it still has Mikey and Jay in it, just has more to go off with. Plus, besides Dragonius, Dragon Form, I just feel like Jay doesn't have a lot of powers, unlike the rest. But that's just, that's just me.
Well, I think just like having the four of them together would be a very good apology for the TMNT Battle Royale.
Yeah. And I think it also would just be...
Sorry, you go.
Oh, sorry, I was just gonna say that like it would just be interesting, because like a lot of people will always talk about like, oh yeah, we want to see Mikey back on the show, we want to see Raph back on the show, and Donnie Shev like back on the show, like with solo episodes. And like, while I would definitely like that, I definitely do think in comparison to Leo's 2 other episodes, I think it would be good to see another one of the Turtles have their own solo episode. But I think just in general, what I love about this matchup is that it actually focuses on like the defining aspect of TMNT, that it's like it's the 4 Turtles, it's them as like a team.
Okay, fair enough. All right, nice.
But Ninjago and the TMNT, big parts of my childhood, and check out the Oni trilogy. Seriously, it's like the best writing from the series I've ever seen.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you so much, Zio. This was
absolutely
above and beyond, like setting the standard for us going forward.
It's funny to say that, considering the moments I go above and beyond is for a Ninjago matchup. So it's funny.
Between this and Lloyd versus Tommy.
Yeah.
All right. Now then, time for one last matchup to talk about.
Here we go.
It is the members matchup. This is from ItzMeMD. Everybody. Hail Vox Populi, the people's voice.
What?
It is.
Hey, Kale. Good to see you.
So, we got Flip here to help us out with this one. It's
I am one of the only people in this server, I think, that actually knows about Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, this is.
So I will be glad to talk up my boy Kale.
Yeah, this is Vox from Hasbin Hotel versus Kale Vandelay from Hi-Fi Rush, and this is a comment from ItzMeMD. A feud between two technological corporate overlords from heavily music-centric titles, and they'll be joined by the pals they gathered along their way to the top, and see who will truly take the V for themselves.
Okay, I like the pals angle. That was something I hadn't thought about. Okay, so I'll go on talk about Kale. Basically, he's one of those villains that essentially always defeats themselves. Because every mistake he made was one that caused him to... Like, the game starts out because he stole... No, he didn't steal it. He found Chai's his MP3 player at the beginning, and he was just like, what a piece of junk, and he tosses it. And then when Chai's getting his Armstrong robotic implant, that lands on his chest, so his MP3 player ends up stuck in his chest where his heart is, which makes the game like revolve around a rhythm and makes everything sync up to the beat that's in his heart.
Ooh, that's cool.
So in other words, he's the reason that Chai got his powers, and then pretty much immediately Chai gets called a defect because of the extra implant, which makes everyone in Vandalay Corporation, his own company, start hunting him down. And he has like a whole board of directors who also have like cool cybernetic implants. There's Rekka, who runs R&D. She's a big, like, she's literally just like Macho Man as a woman. Like, she's a huge, like, WWE style big talker. She's got like robotic fists that have like engines overpowering. And let me see, there's also second Zanza, who is basically, he's I think he's the creative director. He's a walking JoJo's reference. Voiced by Todd Haberkorn, can't beat that.
Nice.
He's got like, he's basically just kind of obsessed with creative vision and always gets in conflicts with the financial director, Roquefort, who has the cybernetic ability to turn into a giant mecha werewolf.
Oh my god.
Because
Which
why
is
not?
quite possibly one of the coolest transformation scenes in that game. And let's see, there was Corsica, who was in charge of his security, but she pretty much kind of got betrayed by Kale and then rescued by Chai and the gang and works with them now. And last, I think there was Mimosa, who was in charge of advertising. She's basically just like got a whole concert stage boss battle that you fight. As for Kale, he's not the smartest. He inherited the company from his mother, who ran it, and he does not know how to run a company. He's kind of lazy. He doesn't know, like, he's so frustrated about having to make things that people want to buy instead of just making whatever and then people buying them. So he invests in mind control technology. Project, I forget the project name.
Oh, yeah,
Spectra.
I can look that up.
That's what it is.
Oh, okay,
Project
cool,
Spectra. Which is basically just letting him control the minds of everybody who got a cybernetic implant from his company. And he's not using them to, like, because at the beginning of the game, Chai and his gang think that he's using the cybernetic implants. He's like, okay, I'm going to have an army of cybernetically enhanced super soldiers that I have full control over that could take over the world. But no, he just wants the mind control thing, so he's just like, okay, you're going to buy this. Like, he doesn't care about world domination or mind control. He's just like, okay, you're going to buy this. You don't have a choice. I'm going to wipe your mind until you do. So he's just incredibly, like, lazy and, like, not creative. He just wants his money however he gets it. And his boss fight, which is themed around The Perfect Drug by 9 Inch Nails, by the way.
Oh, cool.
The soundtrack in Hi-Fi Rush is so good. He basically gets his own lightsaber.
Whoa.
And, like, his freaking, like, battle transformation scene is too funny because, like, he starts off wearing the big black trench coat, super edgelord thing. He tosses off the trench coat, he's fully cyberized from the neck down, and then his cybernetic body just pops up another trench coat.
Whoa.
Like, he barely changed at all. And you start out the fight basically because I'm sorry, I'm trying to rethink of this, so it's going to be kind of stream of consciousness-y for a bit. He starts out, right, he manages to mind control Chai, main character, because he has one of the Armstrong implants. So you start off his boss fight by playing as his pet cat 808. Chai's pet cat, that is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what, you think I can't deal with a cat?
Mm-hmm.
He, in fact, could not deal with a cat who knocked off the cybernetic implant that allowed him to control the mind control thing, so then you get control of Chai back. And then you go through a whole fight against this lightsaber edgelord businessman who's at the top of his tower. There's a big thunderstorm. Like I said, Perfect Drug, 9 Inch Nails playing in the background. You're hitting him synced up to the beat. It is so good. And then once Shy and the whole team essentially get jab in on him, he looks up, he's just like, oh, this is too much work, and self-destructs. He pretty much rage quit his own boss fight.
Wow.
I don't care anymore. Fuck you.
He's literally just, this is just too much work. Explosion.
You know what? Honestly, the more you keep talking about this character, the more I understand why MD asked us to talk about this one.
Oh, and he's also voiced by Roger Craig Smith, if that wasn't enough.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
That guy's such that guy's such a great character actor.
It literally sounds like if Sonic was an evil douchebag.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, just Vox is in a pretty similar boat. I would say, like, he runs all of like the news in Hell, and he and the V's are essentially like industrial tycoons that have control over all the different entertainment industries you can think of, like
fashion.
It's that. Oh crap! I forgot her name.
Valentino.
It's Valentino. And
Wow.
what's her? What's the fashion person's name? How am I
Velvet?
forgetting? Velvet. Yes, thank you.
Velvet.
Velvet runs the fashion portion. Valentino's in charge of like the adult industry, and Vox is in charge of the news. And they have plans to ascend from Hell like all the way to heaven, like get more power, and in order to do that, they're like going to get the people of Hell to like get as many people to join them as possible, and like he has like mind control powers as well. That's a very big motif with him, is constantly saying like trust me, just me, like that kind of thing. And
also he's got the Ka angle.
Yeah, exactly. Like even one of the most iconic songs from season 2, "Brighter." It's about how he would, when he was like still alive, he killed a bunch of people like in the news so that he could take their place and like rise up to the top. And it's like, I understand I have very big shoes to fill, but don't worry, you can trust me with your entertainment. And like going from like the weather to the news to like eventually owning the whole company. And he essentially like turned into a cult leader with his charisma until his untimely death, where a TV literally fell on his head and electrocuted him to death. So that's why he looks like that.
Wasn't he literally standing in a puddle of water too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was like a baptism. I think you're right.
Yeah. And I think that killed all his cultist members as well.
I have to look at the footage real quick just to make sure.
Look, I'll go on record saying I'm not a fan of the Helliverse. It's not for me. Just not my sense of humor. Not my type of story. Writer is unfortunately a bop.
It's definitely not going to be ever.
Writer is unfortunately. It's in my guilty pleasure mix.
Writer and Stayed Gone are my two.
I'm not a fan of Vox's singing voice, but the build up, showing how he started from the bottom and killed his way to the top. That's such cool like framing.
Yeah.
Also, I am such a sucker for the beginning of Vox Populi when it's Lucifer trying to aura farm scare everybody with his metal song. You acting out like you want the teacher's attention. Well, I'm the principal of this eternal detention. I think Jeremy Jordan definitely needs another metal song like that in season 3 if they're able to get more of that in there. So. You said what did you say that Kale fights with?
He has like a lightsaber. He's also got these 4 like Doc Ock arms that have different functions.
Okay, that would be perfect because the way Vox fights, like he essentially has like tiny daggers on his fingertips with the way he fights, and because they're like essentially just like really sharp, finely shaved fingernails, and like he uses them for a lot of claw swiping attacks, and his he has a fighting form where he essentially becomes like a bunch of wires all at once.
I think it's like his demon form.
Yeah, and he can like use them for like grappling and like throwing people around and stuff. So that would probably bounce off of Kale's powers pretty well. And I definitely imagine this because of like the way these two are. Okay, so if you're okay with like giving spoilers, does Kale die at the end?
Oh, every one of the bosses like pretty much dies. It's never addressed.
Perfect. Okay,
it's
perfect.
It's like Scott Pilgrim kind of.
Then I feel like this has to take place in hell then. And
probably, yeah.
It has to.
I mean, I think. Oh my gosh! I completely forgot. There's like a challenge mode at the end of Hi-Fi Rush, where like after you beat all these challenge rooms, like Kale pops up in like a Handsome Jack style hologram, talking about how, oh, thanks to you, you managed to restart the Spectra system, and now you can just watch as I take over. And then the whole thing gets unplugged by a janitor drone, and he vanishes.
Wow.
Wow.
That's great. So,
but yeah, he does die.
I definitely am. Perhaps it takes place at one of Vox's rallies, and he's like putting on a performance, and like you could trust me. And then maybe Kale shows up, and he's got his whole posse with him, and is like, "You guys are gonna trust the TV head, like when you could have somebody with real leadership experience here." Like, I feel like having it take place during.
I mean, Kale's dialogue is very much just like, he's just kind of a generally like, kind of just tired, very cocky corporate. Like, he's basically, after he controls Chai, his friends are like, Chai would never say that. Well, yeah, that's the point. I'm controlling him with the mind control device. There was one point where he was like, oh, and Corsica, you're fired. Shoots a laser at her, and then it's like, you're fine. Oh, should have gone with the flamethrower. I'm so stupid. Well, you win some, you lose some. I'll try again later.
This guy seems like a very fun villain.
Oh, he's hilarious.
So
seriously, play Hi-Fi Rush if you haven't.
Oh, absolutely.
It's on my backlog.
So in that case, like, do you think he's like less about presentation, and do you think maybe he would like set up an appointment to meet with like in Vox's office to like make some like, or maybe Vox would call him into his office to like make some kind of deal with him? Maybe it would be kind of like the Omni-Man versus Homelander opening, where like maybe Kale is like becoming sort of a new like figure, like a new influencer in Hell, like he's kind of joining up with the rest of the what are all the leaders of Hell called?
I completely forgot.
Yeah, same.
Oh God.
I think they're just called the Overlords.
Overlords,
yes.
Overlords. That's right.
Overlords.
Like he becomes an Overlord of Hell, and like Vox takes notice of this, and like and he like calls him into his office and is like, no, listen, you're getting a little like big for your britches. Let's just like remember whose territory this really is. So you could either join me or fuck off, like that kind of thing. And then Kale's like,
yeah,
okay, I see where this is going. And then he,
okay, I see where this is going.
Then they like get into like a crazy battle from there, and maybe you could like get their partners involved like a little bit. Vox would definitely have a moment. He has a pet robot shark that he can summon at will.
Oh, that would be a good match for Roquefort and his giant werewolf.
Oh, you know what? MD, I think you might be cooking with this matchup idea.
You might actually be cooking with this.
Maybe.
I gotta see what's Vox's shark name?
I don't know.
Okay, it's called Shock.Wave.
Oh, that's cool.
Roquefort
would be tearing into that thing.
And
hang on, let me see if I can find a gif of the guy.
Nicknames him Shocky. I mean, so yeah, this thing is no joke. It is able to like give Alistair a run for his money. When Alistair, even when he gets like free.
Look at this guy.
Ooh, I'll be pulling up a picture for both of them.
Ooh, okay.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. See. Yeah, everybody in the comments. You decide. Rockfort versus Shock.Wave. Begin.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. That would be sick.
Yes.
And here's the thing, you don't have to worry about like the styles clashing because Vox has a 3D model, and I've seen some like 3D fan animations done with him that look amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's someone that did like recreate the entirety of Stadion in 3D.
Then I think that same person also did Once We Get Up There in 3D.
I think so.
Oh, nice.
Maybe. Yeah.
Let me make sure. I think their name is HeyD26. Did Once We Get Up There and Don't You Forget in 3D. Now let me see who did Stayed Gone in 3D. Because I like to give people credit, you see. Okay, the Stayed Gone was done by Trixel. That has 17 million views.
Good.
Holy cribiny. I think people just like animating these types of characters. Like, Mr. Puzzles is another good example. Just like somebody who has like their whole a slender body is like fun to manipulate with.
It's the Tumblr sexy man physique.
Yeah, because like it gives you a lot of room for exaggerated poses, but also like you get to do some hand-drawn animation too because of their facial expressions, and like that's easy to play around with. So I can totally see them having a lot of fun with
I do see the vision.
Because obviously you would hand this one off to Luis and his team when they did Ruby versus Maka, especially because Soul's head was completely hand drawn, so they have experience with blending the two mediums together seamlessly like that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not sure who. I haven't researched this enough to know who would win.
I don't bet, I root, and I'm rooting for Kale.
I think even Has-Been fans would like root against Vox, like just because he's one of those.
I've heard nobody likes Vox.
He's a love to hate kind of character.
It's kind of like I think I might have seen something like. Those old, like, Steven Universe versus Little Jack Horner, like, what would happen if these
those memes.
Yeah. I saw someone try that with Vox, and it was just picture after picture of Steven demolishing Vox.
See,
I think Gumball Viking even, like, made something like that. All it took was Vox to redeem Steven Universe's reputation in the eyes of the internet.
See, I love that Steven Universe has gotten a recent wave of appreciation when it comes to that, because those him like crying memes are like, oh, you gotta be redeemed, like that is not accurate to the show at all. No. It's I saw one where it's like him with Thrag or Conquest or something, and he's got a million swords in him or something, and Steven's like, okay, Thrag, are you gonna be good now? Like he's handing him a cookie cat. Like that is way more accurate to Steven's character. Like, let it be known, y'all, the theme of Steven Universe isn't redemption, it's change. Change is the main theme of Steven Universe. But that's for another Trash Picks talk. So I'm very glad that we because like I know most of us aren't the biggest, like Has-Been Hotel, I'm gonna say this now, is a guilty pleasure of mine. If it weren't for how good the songs are, I probably would not be as interested in it as I am. But goddamn that soundtrack slaps. Like there are so rarely any misses in it. And season 2, like Vox is basically the main character, and I also happen to already be a fan of Christian Borle before Has-Been was announced, because I like him in Legally Blonde and the one where he's Shakespeare, Something Rotten, that show is very fun, and this is making me want to check out Hi-Fi Rush even more with the way Flip you talked about it.
Yes, please do. My first Hi-Fi Rush versus No Straight Roads pitch, I was not prepared at all for that, and I still regret that to this day. I might bring it back in the future just so I can talk about it in more detail instead of just like, I like this, it would be cool, I like both games, so it'd be cool.
A lot can change in a year.
Episode.
So
yeah, I'd like to do a remastered version of that if I can.
That might be fun to do, like a redemption themed episode. of like past ones
Yeah, like
we talked
that
about.
and Gara versus Katakuri, I did not pitch well, and I still regret that.
I feel like we could do
I
that
also
for.
have a matchup.
I think Flowey versus Slay the Princess would be a good one for us to do that for.
Yeah, come back.
Because I played more of Slay the Princess, and I'd be able to speak about the story a lot better than before. And we'd all have different stories to tell because there are so many routes in that damn game. So man, yeah, just something. I think it would be fun if they did for the death in this matchup. A sort of I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die. Part of like one of them being filmed on the TV and all of hell's watching, and like that's the final nail in the coffin for them, like losing the will to fight. And then just like you gotta do something super gory, of course, for it, because
I mean, how much does I know that there's. No crap, there's gore in Hell Has Been Hotel. But, like, is Vox more machine than man? Or...
Yes. Well, okay.
Basically.
Let me, okay, because, like, there's a part where he gets
Not sure how gory it could get, because, like I said, Kale explodes near the end, and there's no real gore in that, so... It could be, like, tech gore, like the end of Transformers 1.
I do remember at the end... I haven't fully seen the show, but I do know at the end of Season 2 of Has Been... Vox does get his head removed, and there is a slight hint of blood, but he's still active. Like,
okay.
He's still active. It's just the TV head.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a little weird. It's kind of like a combination of oil and blood because I'm looking at now. Valentino rips his head off, and it's some blood combined with like electricity as well. It's not that gory. So and like even on this PNG you're seeing like he has like digital blood coming from his mouth there. So
okay.
So like
I didn't realize that was blood. I thought that was wires. Surprisingly.
Oh yeah, I just thought that was part of the part of his design.
No, but I think that's like kind of like when he gets like more bloodthirsty. Like it's sort of meant to be. Like I love the way Vox
I bet
is
my
animated.
tongue.
I think it's very fun, and I have no idea what they're gonna do with him in season 3 now that he's literally just a head that's like kind of like hopping around. So
I can just imagine I can imagine one of the V's just have him mounted on a wall like a hunting trophy.
Maybe.
But like they're using him as a TV.
Perhaps.
I think at the end of season 2, Val just throws his head away into the trash or something.
No, it's not the trash. He like essentially the last shot is him like essentially holding on to him like some sort of like a trapper keeper or something, and like he tosses him inside the V tower.
Okay.
So not the trash can. So they have plans. They have plans for him for sure. Like they in one of the songs they even talk about how we want the old Vox back. You've changed, man. Like famous change of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
One quick note. I always found that kind of weird that they tried to make Valentino of all characters sympathetic, the guy who like constantly abuses Angel Dust.
The actual
like the actual canonical sexual predator. So I don't know what they were thinking with that one. That was
I don't think they are with a lot of the writing.
I do like that actor a lot.
A lot of Viv's writing is I want to make my cool character look cool, and even then they fail at that.
Yeah. Joel Perez has a very good comedic timing because there's one bit where like he's mad at Vox and is like cursing in Spanish, and Vox is like, I can't understand you when you're speaking that island language, and then Val like throws a chair at him or something. He's like, I'm from fucking Florida, dick. It's like, okay, you got me. Has its moments where like, okay, like there's a reason I'm like still watching it.
Anyhow, rip to the Tenna victim. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much, ItzMeMD, for pitching this one. Let us know if there's anything we missed if there's anything else you'd like to highlight about this matchup in the comments, and for all you at home, be sure to let us know what you thought about these matchups. If you have any suggestions, we'll be sure to keep them in mind. I've been considering doing another poll like we did in the past. That got us to do Sans versus Judge. So if you guys leave some suggestions in the comments, we'll narrow it down to a new top 4, and we'll go from there. We'll eventually talk about all of them, but you'll vote on which one we talk about first.
Yeah. Also, we are planning some themed episodes in the future. We might do a poll on that.
Yes. Let us know if there are any theme ideas you have. Do you guys want to go ahead and reveal what our first theme episode is going to be?
I mean, let's do it.
ahead.
Be my guest.
All right.
So I've decided that it would be fun to do a princess / royalty themed battle. And because I've been thinking about the Disney Princess Battle Royale a little bit, and how that was a fun meme back in old Screw Attack days. I was like, it would be fun to come up with matchups for princess characters like that, and I have one of my own, and a few of us have some already, and
I've got something planned.
So feel free to speculate in the comments what we came up with, and be sure to stay tuned for the next episode of Trash Picks Talk. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Raccoon Bro.
Raccoon Bro voice actor.
I'd give Raccoon Bro VA a 240 out of 10.
I love Raccoon Bro.